I've drank a lot of fucking beer in my lifetime, that's for sure. Many times to an excess that I'm not too proud of the fucked up shitty situations that I've managed to fist fuck my way into. I've learned a lot along the way though. I'll share that knowledge with you if it can prevent a fucking drunken grease fire. If it doesn't, you are the fucking grease fire.
And guess we're doing this one more time tonight, I guess. I think I said I was betting on that he wasn't going to go live one more time tonight. But I guess Joey decided to do it again. What do we got here? Batman talks facts and reality. What do we got? Half-wits in the house. Gonna buy us some time. Let me turn down my excuse me, air purifier in the background. All right, let's just get in there. Let's go.
All right, folks, welcome to another wonderful episode of Batman Radio. So, we just gonna talk for a minute, man. We're gonna have the chat room open.
Okay.
For everybody to participate. You already know what it is. And I'm just gonna be talking, man. I'm just gonna be talking and talking and talking. You understand? But
I thought he doesn't talk.
Like I said, man, I mean, I'm versatile, man. I'm versatile. I'm multi-directional. I can take this any which way I want to. That's what folks gotta understand. It's all, all the power is within me, just like God told me. You know what I mean? So I mean, I can.
He's gonna be talking and talk. He might go all fucking night long. I swear to fuck. He might. He's gonna get whatever fucking electricity he can out of that wall at mom's house. God damn, it's just building. His frantic shit is just building. I'll shut up.
I'm thinking of taking this a couple of different directions simultaneously. To be honest, that's really what I've been working towards. Like I said, I want to get the cooking thing started if possible. I just need contributors, man. I need contributors. I need investors. I need financial support and financial backing. That's the only thing missing. And, again, that's the thing. Like, I did all this by myself, literally.
It's crying.
You know what I mean? Shout out to the people who've helped me along the way. I appreciate you more than anything. Those are the people who I'm going to turn around and bless when I get blessed. You know what I mean? And I'm already blessed, but I'm talking about when I get all this money, you know what I mean, that, I've earned and deserved. Those are the people I'm going to look out for. You know what I mean? Not the people who didn't do anything for me. Not the people who told me a bunch of lies and nonsense. Not
you
the people
motherfucker who just gave him 20 bucks.
Or lead me on. Not the people who lie right in front of me. Not the people who act fake. It's going to be the people who really are there for me. The people who are real. Those are the people that I'm looking to bless. That's what people understand.
He's going to lose his shit.
What acts of kindness will get you and gain you, man, because you never know who you're talking to and who you're dealing with. So that's the thing. Let's say I come up on, millions of dollars, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. You understand? I'm going to turn around and I'm going to bless the people that looked out for me when I needed it most. You feel me? And like I said, any category you want to talk about, I always got it all, and I'm always doing excellent.
Lose his shit when
and God provides. It all comes down to God. To me, there's no such thing as money.
Is bullshit.
All that I make through God. I make
Come on.
Spiritually. Money is a spiritual concept. And again, you make the most money when you
know
how to deal with the universal laws of karma. You understand? And by being a good person and being righteous. You understand? This is why they tell you they can't hold you down. You can't hold a good man down. You can't stop a righteous man, which I am, truly righteous, and you cannot conquer a righteous mind, and that's fact.
Chad Kleckler.
And this is what rappers like Vinny Paz is talking about, okay? When they talking about these different, everything, you know, the anecdotal evidence, you know what I'm saying? He'd be talking about everything like Sumerian tablets. He'd be talking about all sorts of different things, you know what I mean? Different components, you know what I mean? First of all, my first thing is, you know, like we should be able to talk about what we want to talk about on here, on every app across social media. And I've seen the same common thing. And that's the thing. I mean, you know, we got to stand up for our rights, bro. You know, I mean, that's more important than a little bit of money. That's more important than a job. That's more important than working for any of these companies. And that's my whole thing that I keep trying to explain to people. I got a lot more freedom over here than people think. I still deal with that and go through it, but I try to do it the best way possible.
Okay, I know there's only a couple of us in here. He's already crying. You can hear him. He's sniveling. He got a $20 dono right out of the fucking gate. He hasn't seen yet. He's gonna fucking lose his shit.
But I have a lot more freedom than most people. That's what folks don't get. Well, most people are tied down to their 9 to 5.
CIA
You know what I
is
mean? They're
back
not going
fucking
anywhere
doing the
quick. It's
rounds.
like being on a treadmill and you're running
Fucking
forever and you're
legend.
running laps and you're changing the speed, but you ain't going nowhere. You understand? And that's the whole concept that people got to really understand. Like I said, I already got the equity. I did that a long time ago. I already made and spent all the millions of dollars. I did that a long time ago. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like for me, oh man, thank you so much.
There it is.
Look, would you look at that? $20 super chat. Oh my
Oh shit, we're gonna be here all night.
goodness.
Damn it.
You know what I mean? That is crazy, bro. Merry Christmas.
Fuck.
Thank you. Say Merry Christmas and God bless you. See, there's somebody right there. And that is what I'm talking about. See, I'm not like these folks who sold their soul. I'm not these Freemasons. I'm not evil. I told you, them evil people, they got groups of people, and you can tell that they still poor. You know what I mean? And like, you know, I wish everyone the best. I want everybody to eat and everyone to do
He's
well.
gonna cry.
But my point is, they be getting around and they just sit there. They manipulate the environments, right? And they facilitate these environments for the evil folks and the fake people, right? Because those are all what?
Come on, CIA. You're the only one here with a capital C and an H in their initials. Come on. Come chat. CIA host Chad. I'm kidding.
Puppets of the devil. And I want you to follow what I'm saying here, right? I'm so thankful for that. Thank you. Seriously, that's a huge deal right there. That's a milestone, bro.
Yep.
Like what he just did right there, that's a whole milestone, okay, for my business, for everything. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And
it'll be gone.
like I said,
tomorrow.
that's what them evil folks do. They sit around, they got they people in a group, right? Every day. I'm talking every day, streaming
day.
on the clock. They start
every day.
Early. If it ain't in the morning, I think they start early morning. Them folks got a routine. They got alarm clock.
Why won't this
set? They waking up and they on point. Okay. I'm not talking about they on point as far as like they professional or business people, but they
because we
on
have our
point,
shit together.
right? And they going facilitating a group in an environment, but they all evil. And they sit there and donating what they can, like $5 over and over again repeatedly. You feel what I'm saying? So like, you know, we need more people like this. You know, I don't know who you are exactly, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please continue to show support. Please. This is why I just keep pushing. This is why I keep going with this. I believe in this. I believe in myself and I believe in God. And that's why I keep pushing, because I just truly believe. And that's the thing. Like, I understand that everything is a test of faith, not just for me, but for all of you out there. And that's what life is about. See, life was never about, oh, get money and sit on money. And then, you know, you got people who they're never satisfied. So they're still unhappy and miserable. And they want to, you know, look at other people and pay attention to them because they're unhappy. And that's not what life about. Okay. Life is about the way I've lived it. And I'm a role model and example that people should truly follow. I gave most of my money away. I had the option to have limitless money for the rest of my life and the
Gave it
rest of
all away.
eternity. I didn't want it. It was literally the difference between clicking a button of yes or no. I could have lived.
And now you're asking for money. Come on.
Off dividends forever. I said, nah, I'm good. I said, I'm going to spend my money and I'm going to use it to help people. And that's what I did. And that's why when things like this right here in front of you happens, that's why I'm not surprised. You feel me? I'm not surprised when God blesses me, because this whole time I kept pushing when it's been impossible. Recently, right now, it's been impossible. You understand? And what do I do every day? I get up. It's not because I'm expecting anything. It's not
Get
because
on
I'm
up.
asking for anything. It's because the meek shall inherit the earth. It's because when you're pure of heart and you have pure intentions and you're pure of soul and you raise your vibration and you truly wake up, right? And
Raise
you're
your
living in a vibration
rise.
of love, you're going to have good things come to you. It's the same with healing. I'm still healing. It's going to take me time. Might take me a long time. It's taken me a long time because what I went through was impossible. And I went through impossible things time and time again, right? So real healers
1,
heal
2,
other
3, 5.
people while they healing. That's what people don't understand. That's what people don't understand. And I'm just saying, what life is about, life is a challenge. Life is a you know what. You got to get up and keep rising to the occasion. It's like Rocky said, it ain't about how blah, 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 right? It's about blah, 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 blah. And you can keep getting back up again. That's what life about.
Or you can blah,
And
blah,
that's
blah
what
again.
these folks
Doesn't
are
matter.
missing. They don't have any purpose, a place. They don't have passion. They don't have charisma.
I've
because
blah, blah,
they,
blah
a lot
too
of
many
them, most
times
of
in my
them
life.
haven't really had real
Come on.
struggle. They may struggle financially, but they ain't been through nothing. You understand? And the people who haven't been through nothing, it's because they're living in a vibration of fear. And that's why it's always a slow vibration and uneventful and not doing anything. And then gossiping and talking about other folks. And gossiping ain't good, period. And I've talked about that in the past. It doesn't help you. All this stuff, I mean, definitely has an effect on everything. I mean, I'm talking from physically to mentally to emotionally to for sure spiritually, just like the people you get around, right, and associate with or connect with on any level, right? It affects everything. You understand? I was reading something about that today. You know what I mean? Folks be having their priorities wrong. Folks are looking at things the wrong way. I got this far by basically believing that I could get through anything in my path. That's a gangster. I got this far believing in God. I got this far by continuing to push when nobody else would. And this is what I'm talking about right here, is that it has looked like, I mean, it's looked like a drought lately. It's looked like nothing's coming. It's looked like nothing's happening. It's looked like nothing's moving.
Nothing.
And look, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. For real.
Yeah.
That means everything to me. Thank
It's
you.
not going to
You
get
know what I
you
mean?
through
And this
until
is what I'm
Sunday when
saying.
you're
Like
homeless.
if you keep faith and you believe in God, bro, this is what I preach this entire time because I truly believe in it. See, I practice what I preach.
That'll get you some
I
food
believe in
for the
what I'm doing,
weekend.
man. And
That's
it's
great.
crazy to me how when you're trying to help people truly, not like the Woffords who weren't trying to help anyone. Let's get real, right? And this is the thing, they want to always role reverse the energy, but it's impossible. That's why they all talk hiding, because they can't back up their position. When you like the Waffles and you're not trying to help genuinely, you're trying to look like you're helping others just for the facade of it to make it look nice on the outside, because you're really looking for a sympathy plea. That's what they do. They go in a cycle. That's what narcs do. They operate in a cycle.
Come on.
And then they would try to, elicit the sympathy, gain sympathy, and then use the sympathy as a tool to try to beg for money. This is what most of these people do. Okay. Some people use crazy things that happen in the world to do it on here. Other ones pretend they news reporters. it's always something. It's always, something that's designed for them to make money, and then they act like it's a hustle, or you know what I mean? Like, you gotta pick a struggle, you know, and you gotta actually develop a real hustle. And see, I've developed a real hustle.
My hustle
Now,
is
if I
feeling
can
the weather
get some
in
more people
Brownsville,
like this,
Texas
and this
is
is all
currently
because of God.
66
Look what they
degrees.
said. They said, "Merry Christmas and may God bless you."
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the words. Look how God is right there in front of you. Look at that. Read it.
$20, man.
That's what I'm saying. For me, it's not confusing. For me,
Great.
it's surprising, but it's not a surprise. It's not surprise. That's the wrong word. It's not surprising at all. It's a shock, because it's like, oh my goodness, somebody sent me a $20 super chat. I can't
But
believe it,
when
and wished
are
me
you
Merry
going to
Christmas and
belittle
said
it?
God bless me. That's amazing. You know what I
Fuck
mean?
yeah,
I
it
didn't
is.
expect that right now.
Fuck
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And all I did was just get on here to talk. You know what I mean? But it doesn't surprise me. It's not surprising at all.
The thing is, you get $20 because somebody likes you, not to troll you. But then the thing is, you get that $20, and in turn, you call that person an asshole because you're an asshole. What's up,
Because
Sticky?
I'm in complete alignment, and I'm directly connected to God. See, and this is what I'm trying to
Jump
teach
up and
folks.
have some fun, Sticky.
Everybody wants to talk about money, what job you work. All that stuff is irrelevant. It doesn't matter, literally. Okay? You understand? And that's the thing. You can't.
God, I hope this isn't my fucking
You
internet.
can't do this or walk this path or get into this journey with the wrong intentions. If you get into this and you start trying to, like you've seen them do, talking about this and that, right? I can't even see the other comments for some reason. It's not moving. But when you've got, people getting into it for the wrong reason, right? Oh, okay. When you got people getting into here, hold on.
Hold up. Yeah, Sticky. Haven't talked to you in a minute. Hopefully things are going all right. If you want to come on up, hang out.
Yeah, when you got people getting into this for the wrong reasons, right? It's not going to work. In other words, most of these people, they greedy and selfish. They just want money. You got narcissists hide behind religion in the name of God all the time. Half the private schools and institutions I went to were people who were hiding behind the name of God. It's just that simple. You understand? So it's like, here, I'm going to unplug this for a minute because it keeps doing that. And I need a new cord. I mean, I just got the cord too, but the cords, they mess up a lot, so I got to get a new one when I can, right around the corner here. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. But, you can't get into this for the wrong reason. If you don't have real belief, if you don't have real faith,
be well, bud.
It's just not going to work. In other words, the greedy, selfish people, God knows your heart. That's why you hear these things being said, but very few in the world practice it. You feel me? Very few in the world put it into practice and make it applicable. You understand?
Apple lickable.
I'm not operating in my ego. I let go of my ego a long time ago and I became limitless. You understand? So, like I said, this is why we stay focused. This is why, right here, this is why we have faith in God. It's not it's not for money. We have faith in God because we have pure intentions, because we have love in our heart, because God is love, because we want a better, safer world. We want to help people. And that's the thing. I'm going to keep it real with you, man. Most people, majority of people, I feel like.
Yeah, speaking of, CIA is always in the chat like a ninja. I'm going to take this time right now. I finished up, finally, we're going to do this because Joey's been talking about Super Ninjas for the past week. I have finished up Super Ninja, so I will be debuting that at the end of this stream. Yeah, and that'll mark 8 songs on Sheriff Songs to Perp 2 Volume 4. So that leaves me with 6 more. 6 more to go. Hopefully I can get it done.
Like people are posing. I feel like people talk the talk but don't walk the walk. You know what I mean? Some people are real, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I'm definitely a role model and something that people can follow. And that's what God said. He said, you know, maybe I can give them something to believe in.
I
That's what
don't
all
believe
this
you,
is about.
CIA.
You
I
know what I
never
mean?
believe a word out of
And
your
that's what I'm
mouth.
saying. Like
Wink.
you could just see clear as day what it is. You could see I'm getting blessed, right? You could see it. You know what I mean? You can see that I'm getting blessed
Yes, you're getting
right in front of
frantic
all of
because you
them.
know you're
And
homeless
this
in
is how
3
it's always
days.
been. This is how it's been my entire life. This is how it's always going to be, brother.
Homeless.
Get used to it. Real talk. Get used to it. Like I
We
said,
are.
if if you have a hard time watching me win, prepare to watch me win nonstop. God told me, I got a message today. God
Oh,
talks
shit.
directly to me. Always sit at the right hand throne of God, right? I'm the Son of God. I'm the actual Messiah again. God told me today, what did he say? He said, I'm going to do a lot in a short period of time. God is at work, people. Like, truly, God is at work. And that's what I'm saying. These folks, you can see that they agents of Satan and agents of the devil, right? Just like right now. You see, we doing well. We getting a super chat. They and they feelings. They write their concerned
I
worries,
just
right?
listened to the story,
Right?
CIA.
Why are you worried about me and my money I'm making? Why are you worried about the fact, right? My business is running perfect. I'm doing well, right? I'm doing great, right? And I'm building from scratch, just like I told you I would. You remember a long time ago when I told y'all I was going to spend all the money and turn around and prove to you that I made every dime off of hard work? Remember, brother, we're playing the same game, my game. I'm proving every day, not one time. I don't have anything left to prove. I'm proving it over and over again just because I win and then I just keep on winning.
We're 7
See,
minutes
all
back.
my
I'm going to pick
actions
it up
prove
a
my
little bit.
points. I earned that right there. You see that? I earned that. I earned it. And
20
every single
bucks.
one of you knows I earned it. And can't nobody take that from me. Can't
Fuck
nobody
yeah.
ever take that away from me. Can't nobody ever take away hard work when you work hard.
Boys getting fired up.
That's why people love me and respect me. People love me and respect me because they see I'm genuine, because they see I'm going to give my all into whatever I choose to do. DMX said the same thing. He said, I'm very passionate. I'm going to put my all into what I choose to do. That's what life is about. That's what God is about, because the power of God is real, right? God is extremely real. He's the realest thing ever. You understand? And people just are lost. You know what I mean? I used to be lost. I used to be lost, bro. When I was sitting in that jail, just like Ra's al Ghul says, he says, when I found you in that jail, you were lost, but I believed in you. That's God talking. That's what y'all don't get. I can hear it. I can translate it quick. I'm looking at things so much differently than y'all.
Didn't you
It's an
tell
enigma.
everyone
I'm on a
where
whole different level. I'm
Connor
hearing
was in
quotes
jail?
that you would think, oh, that's just a quote. I'm hearing how that's God speaking. Because again, I'm the depiction, I'm the prophecy. So the depictions were all designed for me, about me. Think about that for a minute, if you can even catch up to how deep what I just said is. I'm the architect of reality, brother. I'm already working on strengthening and building my subconscious again. Y'all sleeping on me. You don't get it. I'm about to really turn this up. I'm about to really turn up. See, I've been taking it easy on
You don't
y'all
get
for a
turned.
long time. I've been letting y'all get away with a lot. Okay. I'm working on strengthening my subconscious right now. I'm getting back to that. I ain't done that since I was in college. I'm 36 years old. I'm going to be 40 in 4 years. That means I was probably in my early 20s when I was in college. Okay. It's been a minute. I'm rebuilding and working on building my subconscious. Do you know what that means? Because I actually know how. And game is to be sold, not told, brother.
Joey, you don't
You
get to
understand?
respawn.
You know what that means? It means I'll start creating
Sunday is
my
coming.
realities. My reality. That's why I said I create realities. Remember all y'all were in your feelings about that? It's an actual proven thing that I do. It's a gift.
All right, I'm going to take a minute right here, because this is everything we've been working to do throughout this entire past year, whether it be restreaming him, sniping him, whatever you want to call it, making videos, making music, making fucking dumb shit, all great shit. Don't mistake my words, but this is what we've been working towards. him being homeless by the end of the year, and goddamn fuck my entire ass, mouth, and my tits. We're about to make this happen here. And shit. On the 21st, by the end of the year. I mean, it's been a fucking goddamn quest. And it's happening. It's fucking happening.
It's not a technique. There's technique to it, I guess, but
Yeah.
it's a gift. I'm about to really turn everything up. That's what y'all know. That's what I'm going for. I want to gain full control, okay, without trying. I want to, like, when they say architect of reality, they're not joking. We are in a realm, a thought realm. If you build your subconscious, truly, right, everything, any image you see, anything you watch, anything you hear, it all gets filtered into the subconscious. Your normal consciousness forgets and your memory forgets, right? But your subconscious stores all those memories. The subconscious is connected for everyone. We are all one. We have a subconscious called the collective consciousness, right? That all is one and connected. This is why for me to be able to exist at this point and do what I've accomplished is amazing, because the collective consciousness, you folks are looking at Facebook, social media, TV, television, programming. Why is it called that? Because it's programming, which is thus creating the reality. So for me to be able to exist and make it to this point, and why you all are so in your feelings, because I shouldn't even be here. For me to exist and get to this point, I had to approach the entire collective consciousness, meaning the entire world and universe and all of you, and say, no, it ain't.
A collective. You're correct. A collective said no. A collective of people, including myself, Sticky TT6, CIA Hole, King Blazy, Lobster, RTS, Shamrock, that guy, Frost, everyone who has had time. We've been working on the common goal to make you fucking homeless by the end of the year. And guess what, pal? It's happening right before Christmas, and it couldn't have been a better plan. Thank you. 15, amen.
Ain't going to go the way that you all want. It ain't going to go no way. I'm going to run the show, and my consciousness had to outweigh and be stronger than the collective consciousness. That's truly what I believe. And it's all because of God. But my point is, consciousness is the fact that we're all connected. And it's not so much that I was like having to be stronger than all y'all's consciousness. I might have said that wrong. But it's just the fact that that's the best way I can describe it. You know, it's the fact that I had to approach the collective consciousness and use my consciousness to say, no, this is going to go my way. Okay. You got to understand, like, I really did this. This wasn't an easy thing to do. Okay. Look at all the opposition I've come up against. Look at all the impossible things and impossible circumstances I've survived and came out of. Okay. I'm really the phoenix that, you know, rose. You know what I mean? I'm really the rose that grew from concrete, like Pac said. You understand? There's nothing acting
Next
fake about me,
mission
and you
is
folks
get
all
this
know
guy
it.
on the
This is real
road.
official tissue over here. This is real legit business. You understand? Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. It ain't nothing but love. Look at that, folks. $20 super chat. And we just got started. You know what I mean? That's amazing, bro. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, and that right there, that alone makes my Christmas. That right there, that's enough. You know what I mean? But like I said, keep it coming, man. That's what we need. We need to change gears. We need to get people involved. We need to get people interacting. We need to get people to understand.
What's he going to spit that fucking $20 on tomorrow? He's going to spit it on fucking somewhere. He's going to go and piss it away. He's going to eat half some shit and throw it away.
Like, what's going on? Like, that's all I'm saying is that
he's going to a buffet.
clearly, and I know a lot of y'all don't. It can be right in front of you, but you still can't see the picture clearly. Okay. And the picture is that we need to get folks to start supporting good, right? Because all the government, Trump, all these people, they all support evil. All of them. They all evil as hell. You know, you've got the government funding all that stuff, all of it, all the evil. You have to start looking into things. That whole thing that happened with Austin Metcalf, I don't believe for 1 second it was a coincidence. I don't believe that any of this was a coincidence. Now, I'm not saying that it's necessarily like a full conspiracy all the time, but it's definitely demons. There's definitely a demonic element to it. Okay. And demons happen to be on the same page a lot. And that's something I've learned from experience. Okay. Because I've come across a lot of them and defeated them. And it's kind of what I do. Real talk. So, I mean, that's what the point of Batman is. You see the point? Are you starting to, like, look at the icon, look at Batman, look at what it is. You understand? Look at what it is, right? And look right here. And if you look and you pay attention, right?
Just look.
What are you seeing?
That's Batman.
He's cloaked, right, for his protection. right? That's what you have to do, right? Because you have your light, right? So you have your light and you're cloaking it. That's the point of Batman. Batman is an angel. That's why he flies. That's why he has wings, basically. It's an angel. I'm an earth angel. So, and it said that too. It said there's a message for an earth angel.
Yeah, Sticky, that 14 that won't hit his account until the January because his shit's about to reset here at the end of the month.
Who's about to get its wings. Like, I'm about to get my wings for real. Like I said, I'm an actual angel. Ain't no faking, ain't no lying, ain't no front. I'm the son of God, son of man. You understand? And like I said, look at them. Look at them how
they. Yeah, so where he's at right now is at $207 has been projected for his January 21st payout, regardless of what he does from now until the end of the month. The only thing that's going to make a difference are the super chats. So that's going to increase it 207 to another $13, 220. So his January check, if that sticks, should be about $220. So he'll be gloating about that here in another month, but he'll be homeless. Let's go back.
And they feelings, look at them how they concern themselves when it's not of their concern, right? Complete strangers, don't know any of them. That's all demons, bro, because I'm the son of God. Demons have tried to monitor me, monitoring spirits, they call it, right? Tried to track me, tried to keep an eye on me. It's always pocket watching. It's always concerned about what I'm building and what I'm doing, right?
Yep.
So you can't tell me I'm not the son of God because it's proven right in front of you.
Please say Super Ninja.
That's all they do. All they'll ever do is end up helping me, whether it's indirectly or directly or not. All they ever going to do is expose the truth. Feel what I'm saying? Like I said, let them do what they do. Merry Christmas. There's a $20 super chat. Feel me? And that's all we do is get money. That's what I'm saying. Them folks don't have any original energy. That's why all they can try to do is harvest mine.
Yeah, Sticky super chats take about
how many folks 30%. You know on here
right.
Got a $20 super chat today, and how many of them have ever gotten a $20 super chat? I just did. That's a pretty big deal, man. That's good money on here. $20 super chat. Are you serious?
Never got super chats, but I have got $20 fucking cash apps, which don't take fees. Fucking dumbass.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. We got to keep on building now. Now let's build, because guess what? I got that phone bill coming up on the 5th. It's $55. I need to get me at least like 60 to 100 for it. You know what I mean? Straight up. And I wish I could make some extra money. And with God, I can, because with God, anything is possible. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because they told me in the readings, they said it's going to be a very, very beautiful Christmas. Like, this might be why. It also, like I said, reading said a while back, it said there's going to be a wave of support. You know? So that's my thing. You see me, I got up every day this entire time, almost received very little to no support, you know, a little bit. Folks helped me along the way, you know, but it's usually small stuff. I'm extremely grateful. Don't get me wrong, completely, extremely for everything. Seriously. I'm very grateful, truly, you know, but I'm just saying, you know, I never got like
until I need a new pair of shoes,
a whole bunch of real money or a whole bunch of real supporters, right? But now I'm starting to get that. And it's all because of God. I would never take credit for it. All credit and glory to God, 100%.
The thing you don't realize, Joey, is that $20, whoever that person is, they're doesn't mean anything to me, doesn't mean anything in the chat, doesn't mean anything to you, because that'll be gone by tomorrow. It just prolongs your misery, which is even great. So the person that gives you $20, that's your money. Fuck it. Doesn't mean nothing to me.
So I mean, you know, that's what life's about, you know, the journey with God. Really, truly. That's what life's about. You know what I mean? It ain't about money, it ain't about nothing else. It's about God, man. It's about finding God and building a relationship with him, you know. That was the thing, like
$20 and put it towards a bus pass.
When the church folks were talking to me today, it's still, you know, is a kind of a little weird to me, you know, because they talking about this and that, and I think y'all can figure out what I'm talking about. And they talk about to do some process again that I've already done when I was younger. Like, no, I don't want to do that. There's no purpose. Why would I do that? Like, that don't even make no sense, because a lot of them churches be evil as hell. You understand? That's the thing. Like, no, I'm very smart. I'm telling you straight up. I told them straight up, like, you talking to somebody who knows they're the son of God. You know, so why would I need, you know, I understand that,
No,
you know,
that is not what you said. You said you were fucking talking to them and they may have some ideas for you. So now you're lying. Now you're full of shit.
people have a job to do or whatever. I don't know if they get paid to do it or what. I understand, you know, people say, you know, but that's the thing. When you just saying it to say it, it sounds odd. It sounds weird. And that's why a lot of them churches are not really churches. You know exactly what they are. They just like that other church group. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, you know, how are you going to tell me, you know, we want to help you build a relationship with God? I can't get any closer to God. I mean, I truly can't. You know, that's what you have to understand is you're seeing living proof in front of you. So what you should do is you should be jotting down and taking notes, because I didn't have no church supporting me, but you do. I didn't have anyone in my circle. I didn't have a support system. I didn't have nobody, nothing this entire time. I had to literally get it out the mud. I'm talking about walk 30 plus miles a day. I got stranded in Kentucky by that church group that's evil as hell, right? Okay. I had to walk around all through Lexington. First of all, I walked 3 hours from the racetrack in Kingsville, left completely, just up and left. They were all looking for me, like, where the hell did he go? I gave them my shirt, right? And they had the other one.
I gave him my shirt.
I got the hell out of Dodge. I just left. I even told one of the dudes, like one of the cooks.
His uniform. He doesn't even have, remember the name tag? It was just said Ty.
I said, I'm out, because me and him were cool. He was a cool dude. I said, I'm leaving. He said, all right, man. Like, you know, great meeting you. You know what I mean? He said, be safe. You know what I mean? So, you know, it was part of my journey. I was put there to see what they were doing, which was completely corrupt and evil as hell, and get the hell out of there. And that's what I did. I'm talking about, I went out walking. You see these huge fields in front of you to the left. As soon as I get out, right? First of all, I'm wondering if somebody's going to start, you know, barking and calling my name and stuff. So I'm trying to get out, and it's a long way to the parking lot. I keep asking for directions so I can get the hell out of there. I'm in the middle of Kentucky, mind you. Okay. With no guarantee that I'm going to ever get home, ever get back to Texas, nothing. Okay. And, you know, I had, you know, the money accumulating, so I could have gotten back within like a month or so, but it would have taken a couple of weeks to a month when I got my check. And, you know, if I had done that, I mean, I would have been back here with nothing, you know. So I walked around, I made some friends, I talked to people, I figured out the resources.
Yeah, he's at $1.50 right now.
Real quick. I figured it out when I had time. I said, I'm gonna go. I mean, I spent days. I went to the library a couple of times, saw some folks there, nice people, you know, good people. I also saw kind of the bad side of things out there in Lexington. But like I said, I walked 3 hours under highways and bridges and next to these huge properties. Like, you know, probably, I mean, my property back in the day was 50 acres. It probably was bigger than that. But just the way it was just beautiful. The grass was all perfectly green. You could just tell there was money around there, you know, and you know, the properties are probably connected to the track for the horses and stuff, you know, and they extend for miles, because I've seen it when we would drive over there. And they'd feed us breakfast over there. It'd be like a delicious, like amazing breakfast. You know, it wasn't that good, but it was pretty good. It was filling. You know, you get sausage, you get hash brown. You know, and I remember we'd go up and I'd tell them it was some name they had for the plate so I could get the most out of everything. Oh, the deluxe. So Batman would order the deluxe. I don't know if it was something they just made up, you know, because it was funny, or if it was a real thing, but that's what I'd order. Here, give me a minute.
Hold up. All right, let's see what we got. Breakfasts.
All right, so yeah, like the breakfast was really good.
Breakfast. Okay. Breakfast was really good.
Really liked the breakfast. Thought it was amazing. The whole experience was awesome. It was amazing, but it just wasn't amazing when I was going through it. You know what I mean? They brought us out there. They didn't tell us anything that was going on. And then all of a sudden it was, oh, you're not supposed to leave the property. Right. And that would have been maybe okay. But then they were taking groups, you know, and they were leaving the property. I heard behind my back. And then I found that out. So it was like a lot of weird stuff going on. And then they told me how
that's really kind of creepy if it's true. I know when he was traveling, when he went to Kentucky with the church group and shit like that, if they actually said you can't leave the property or something like that, that's fucking really fucking weird.
They had a deal worked out with the corrupt ones over there in Kentucky, and then that spelled it out for me. That told me a lot. If you remember, I'd go sit on that deck and I'd talk to the folks there. Some of them are from Florida, around where I went to high school at Tarpon Springs. I was their starting point guard for basketball. But there were some cool people there. That's the only way like I was able to even get through, to be honest, when they showed up. When the extra folks showed up, it helped me a lot. And then we played basketball all day. You know, it was fun. Don't get me wrong, but it was just so hard being away. It's hard, man. It was so hard being out there and not having a way to get back. And I was asking them, I kept telling them,
no way,
bro, they wouldn't let me.
No way to have the comfort of your mom's backyard. And you're not going to have that comfort of your mom's backyard. Come here in 3 fucking days, my dude. It's 1 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, or shit. Yeah. 1 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to figure your shit out, because you're ass out of luck, bud. And you got to get your hobo bags, tie them on a stick, and get the fuck out.
I mean, literally, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Like, that's not normal. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I found out all the ministries are corrupt as hell. And then there's a whole bunch of dark stuff that be going on behind closed doors. And some of it I witnessed,
you know, and that's my thing. Like
I
God
think
put me
he's
there for a
inside
reason.
right now.
And like I said, I'd be exercising spirits without trying, and that happened right in front of me a couple of times because all them fake pastors are evil as hell. They're demonically possessed, literally. So the ministry homes, you got the devil right there in the ministry home. You got the devil in half the churches. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying when folks talk to me, I understand if you're trying to be nice, but don't be fake. Makes sense when you talk to me. You understand? I don't mind the Bible
I
verse.
think she's giving them the courtesy of fucking you can be in there for the nights until Sunday. So yeah. Because he's been changing clothes, but he's been carrying hobo bags with him every day. So yeah, I think he's in the house until Sunday. And then yeah, it's gonna be brilliant. It's gonna be great.
Verses at all. I told him like, no, you can talk to me anytime, but talk to me as a human being. You know what I mean? Like it can't all be
Yeah.
just about church. It can't all just be about this, or it shows you have an agenda. It shows that you're being fake. It shows that something ain't right. You understand? In other words, what I'm saying is it don't make no sense for anyone to tell me, well, we want to help you build a better relationship with God. I mean, it sounds cute. And I know that you probably used to dealing with people who ain't about this or to this level, you know, a level of that kind of relationship. But trust me, it don't get no closer to me, bro. You know what I mean? Like
No.
God told me you're immortal. That's what God told me. And I told him that today too. And I said, and every day I put it to the test because I do. Because I believe what God told me. I know what God told me. I don't have no shadow of doubt, nothing. God told me word for word, you are immortal several times. He'll remind me too if I need it. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to do any processes that I already did. I had bad experiences in the past with that stuff, okay, with pets of mine and stuff when I tried to do that for them, you know, with, you know, concerning the church. I don't think churches are good necessarily. I think a lot of churches are evil as hell. I think the devil waits in the church. And you got to think about that. Vatican and Rome, the Vatican is one of the most evil, you know, concepts ever. It comes from Rome. The Romans, who had everything to do with Jesus, who's my brother, right? So what are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. I mean, you know, that's what they do. They act like you're their friend. They act like they're your friend. Meanwhile, they're the enemy.
He's
Like I
gonna
said,
bring it
every
up.
private
Being a
school I ever
super
went to,
ninja.
that was the story. And I'm talking straight up and down, no sugarcoating. That's how it was every single time. That was the same experience every time. You think I want to go through anything like that again? I'm a grown man, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like I be asking God and asking the public, when is enough enough? Like when will we be able to just be free? Like I really don't understand it. Like at what point will this get better? You know, and it's like all I've seen is just I have to believe in God and have faith. And I do. I have no problem doing so. But I'm just saying because I'm the only one who can change it. God is the only one who can change it. You know, because if not, there's too many evil folks, bro. It's just like everybody says there's too much this and that. Yeah, but if you believe in God, that's the only way. You know, that's the thing. That's the way I look at it. Like, what other choice is there, and why would you want another choice? You know, that's what God teaches us. I believe God teaches us that we can get through any obstacle with Him. You know, and that's the thing. I have a hard time getting around folks like that because you're just going to repeat lines and you know talk about this and that and you know doctrine and the same thing over and over. And like I get tired of hearing it because it don't mean you real. It don't mean that you talking to God. It don't mean that you got a connection or a relationship with God. It don't mean nothing. And I don't want no extra influence. I don't want your influence. I don't need nothing from you. Like if you want to do something for me, help me financially. Get real. You know, I'm a grown man. I'm 36 years old, bro. I can't be fooled like the rest of these people. That's what they was doing in Miami. Them churches was collecting quick, okay? And they got they thing they pass around, look like they going fishing, and they'll pass it around the whole church. Y'all don't get. I came up in churches, homie. Y'all don't know nothing about me, bro. When I was in Miami and I was living in my truck, like I said, I actually bathed in a lake, swam in the lake. And then I told y'all what happened, right? And then, you know, I go get looked at and they talk about, well, it could be this, could be that. They wanted to do extra stuff. I said, no, I'll take my chances. Walked out.
Yeah, you claimed you got bit on a lake when you were living in your truck in Florida, and you talked to a couple ladies. You were passing by a church today, and you were asking if they had a fucking shelter that you could stay at, and they said, we'll see what we can do for you because they're church people, and you held that to your heart today, and they don't have a place for you to stay come Sunday. Sorry, Joey. You can fucking twist it all in your mind the way you want, but you lose.
To God, and God saved my life. He saved my life a million times. You understand? I went back to my truck and I don't know if I drove somewhere and I went to sleep.
Yep.
Okay. Everything was spinning for several months. I got to the point I got so bad because I'm out there driving and living by myself on my own, and everything was spinning every day. You know, they have a name for it. You should know what it's called. And yeah, I got so bad, man, you know, because I'm out there by myself. Then, you know, didn't nobody care, wasn't nobody paying attention. I had to drive to a church one day. I stopped, I got down, I just, you know, I got down, I just crumbled basically. I just told them like, I need help. You know, I just said I can't do this anymore. You know, like I really need help. I had weights in my car, like lifting weights, like so I could do curls and stuff like that. And I was right out there in Florida. No, I was in Tarpon Springs around that same time, I think, for a little or something. I don't know if it was after or before. I think it must have been before. I think it was that time because I remember the weights in my truck. And that's what I'm saying. I think I drove to Miami. I don't know. I've been all over Florida. I've had a lot of experiences in Florida, but like it wasn't that bad. Like I'd have to find places to shower and stuff. It was interesting, you know, but that's the thing. A lot of these folks, like I said, everything's uneventful for them. When I was homeless or living in my truck,
that's what he's talking about right now. Like I said, man,
you know, it was never really uneventful. There was still a lot of stuff going on. I could go to the basketball courts and play ball. That's what I do. I play ball all night and then go take a nap, sleep in my truck. You know what I mean? But I was just on some gangster stuff because I would literally just walk in anywhere and do whatever I wanted to do. Literally, I had no limits and didn't care. You can ask. You know, I had to do what I had to do. Like I said, I had to get it out the mud. I really come from having that mentality that I'm going to do whatever I want, but I'm going to get this bread. You know, and I come from the street, so it's different. We came up totally different. The way I came up was like a movie, but the real thing. You know, so I'm just saying we don't have the same standards, we don't have the same circumstances, nothing, and we're not conditioned the same. You know, we all have different conditioning. Like we have different upbringings.
Buddies. I can
you know what I mean? So down. My deal is like, yeah, I went over there. I said I need help, and it was the same type of thing. Like I went in there, and I prayed, and I did everything. You know what I'm saying? And I was just trying to make it. You know what I mean? And they ended up putting me in some. What was it? First of all, they sent me to some other churches, right? And then one of them ended up putting me in that ghetto in the brick jungle, literally next to Habitat out there in Homestead. It's called, and we were right next to Habitat. It's the brick jungle, I call it, because it was literally a brick jungle. It was all brick, like Adobe built building. We didn't have no lights, and we had running water. And we're in the hood, mind you, and I have no money and have to survive. So when folks want to talk about God and faith, I mean, you don't know the meaning.
God damn it.
You don't get it. When I say I come from nothing, I mean I really come from nothing. That's what folks don't get.
That's
so
a good
for me
one.
To get from that point, right? It don't matter.
That's going in the hopper. Parasitic ball sack buddies. God, that's going to be a good one. I'm thinking that's going to be another 80s fucking metal banger. Maybe. I'm writing it down. I got it. That being said, I will be premiering Super Ninja. Joey's been talking about being a Super Ninja for the past week. So I got that one. Just a reminder. Let's go.
Matter what happened before that. That's what people will say. Oh, well, you were this. You were middle class.
If you want to
nothing. Nobody gave me anything. I worked on sports every day, did what I was supposed to do, and that was it. I had the bare minimum for everything, and that's it. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying you're not going to sit there and tell me that that you know who I am better than me. That's silly. I come from nothing, literally. You understand? And like I said, that's what I'm saying. Like to come from that point, you know what I mean? They was talking about Habitat. They said blah 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 this, blah blah that. Don't go over there. Blah blah blah. I didn't listen. I went over there. I was fine. I walked all up and down them streets. I walked all the way down the other strip, the other way.
I got something in mind,
looking like the game.
I already got something in mind.
I'm just telling you the truth. Like I'm not a jokey kind of guy. Like I was really out there. Like what's up?
Hey,
like that's what people hilarious. Don't get. So you know, like I said, I walked up, saw everything that was going on there, which I've described. I don't want to go over again. I mean, we were in one of the realest hoods that you could possibly be in. I'm sorry, that was another project. So I was in the brick jungle, and like I said, I'd go walk around, go do what I had to do, you know what I mean? And then like I'd drive, so I'd get past the train tracks, I'd go all the way up, get past the train track. I'd even go to the nice luxury mall sometimes. So I was just all over Florida, and then they were talking about jobs, and like there was actually opportunity to maybe work. I remember there was a chick pursuing me at the time, and I wasn't paying attention because I was focused on surviving. You know, so I should have been paying attention, and I don't know what was up with me at the time. Maybe she wasn't my type at the time.
Sticky, thanks for stopping in, bud. We always appreciate you, man. Sticky says, I got to rest, guys. Have another long day tomorrow. Hope everyone has a great night. Much love, Sheriff. We appreciate you, buddy. You have a good day tomorrow. Much love to the fam. Merry Christmas.
But yeah, I don't know. I dropped the ball there. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but and she was like actually upset and like talking like y'all do on here. Like she was upset because I think she thought like I wasn't interested or something. It wasn't even that. It was just I was so focused on what I was doing, and I was writing music. So I'm like rapping and like, you know, I was all about trying to get my music stuff going at the time. And then, like I said, I stayed. My best friend was Derek Williams, and I stayed with him and his mom for a little bit. And that was another project, and that was a ghetto. And like I said, I told you like everything about that experience. That was crazy. That hood was crazy. That's the one that I walked around with the fake gold chain on and walked up the street. I mean, I'd see the people, the dudes across from us. Like, I mean, we're in the ghetto. Okay. I'm not talking about like joke, like fake stuff. I'm not even talking about like the way they depict, you know, different ones. I'm talking about we in the real ghetto in Florida. It's different. It's different than Compton. I've been in Bankhead. Okay. It's different than Bankhead. Then Florida ghettos ain't no joke, bro. The Florida hoods are different. That's what people don't get. Atlanta's crazy depending on what street you walk down. Okay, arguably worse than Florida, but I wouldn't say so. I think Florida's worse. I really do. I think Florida is one of the worst ghettos and hoods that you can possibly go to. And like I said, if you looked at the thing with Extinction, what happened? Where was he? He was right there in the middle of what? Wasn't he around like Hialeah? Those were all the areas that I made it in that I survived hard body for real, and all I had was my truck. I'm talking about survival. I'm talking about with nothing and manually putting it together every day. How I'm going to get money if I
So you survived somebody getting shot that was nowhere near your vicinity. Gotcha.
had to ask folks for money, whatever I had to do. I had to get what I needed to get. I'm sorry, but that's just what it was. So, I mean, that's what folks don't understand. I'm a survivor for real, bro. I know, when it gets tough, I know how to keep pushing. And that's what developed and made all this. So yeah, like I said, that project was crazy, man. That was, and it was funny because I'd still kind of be shining and stunting. Like I'd pull up with that, if y'all know who Bobby Creekwater plant is, I'd pull up with that playing in my truck
Bobby
and
Creek
Eminem.
water
I was
plant.
still me. I'd go get me a haircut and get me a nice fade. I always got a high fade in Miami. That's the deal in Miami and Atlanta. You do high fades, not low, not mid. A lot of people do mid, but I always thought it was whack. I look good with a high fade. Right. And like now I'm letting my hair grow clearly, and I think I'm going to continue and keep that. But I always look great with a high fade. I
Because
look
you're
on point. I
pretty.
look just beautiful and good looking as hell. I'm handsome as hell.
Beautiful.
But yeah, like I've been through all of them, man. I've been in the barber shops out there in Miami. I lived in Dade County. Went to Felix Varela High School. That's where I graduated from. Went to 4 different high schools: Tarpon Springs High, St. Joseph's Academy, and St. Michael's Academy in Austin, Texas. St. Joseph's is in Brownsville. And I played basketball for St. Michael's, St. Joe's, and Tarpon Spring. And then when I went to Felix Varela, I was finishing out my senior year, graduated with a 4.2 GPA, a diploma distinction is what they decided to give me, and in the top 10 of my class. Okay. And then after I dropped out, right, shortly thereafter, like I was already on my own. I went to Atlanta, got caught up, went through all that crazy stuff, right? Then I turned around and ended up literally becoming a millionaire. And that's when I was selling all the physical units with the CDs, making my music. This is what people don't understand. Like, I'm really the real deal. Okay. Then later on, when I went to college, that's when I dropped out of college. Dropped out of college, a multimillionaire. Actual facts. You understand? So people don't understand, like, I'm a jewel because I've had a really different experience than anybody. You know what I mean? So all the other stuff is extra stuff. Yeah, I've had bank accounts with over $300,000 in them, just one account. That's nothing. I mean, like I said, I used to cash them oil checks for over a grand. I didn't make no mistakes with my investments or when I liquidated assets. Bought and sold 50-acre properties. I've done independent real estate, did it all by myself. Everything is a learning experience. So you folks are just funny to me because, you're not saying nothing. People who are really successful, man, they work on different projects. It's all about lifestyle and it's all about how you look at things. Like I said, I was in Vegas and San Antonio with over 60 grand. Y'all see me with over 7 grand, almost $8,000 time and time again. Used to make and spend over 10 bands a month while paying for apartments that were like, 5-10 G's a month at least, if not more. Some of them like 15,000. Real talk. So like people can say what they want. I don't really care. Like I've had money and I also come from nothing. I've seen the whole spectrum. So that's my point. Like people can talk, people can tell themselves whatever. I don't care. My whole deal was I was trying to make it in music in the past. When I was in North Carolina and I went to college right there at New Brunswick, right? I paid for my apartment there, right? I was doing very well, you know what I mean? And people were jelly then, and I was making albums, I was recording, and I was just a local like
You're
underground
also going
artist.
to have to pay for an
Feel me?
apartment coming next week.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I was trying to do the whole music thing. I had one guy talking about he was gonna send my CD to whoever, and then I don't know if he made up a story. He said some crazy stuff happened, you know what I mean, associated with my CD, and it's like I think he was just talking fluff, but it was very odd and very weird. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like I was really trying to make it with my music. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. God has a plan, and God has His plan for us. You know what I mean? Maybe at that time it wasn't the right time. Maybe it's not my walk. And maybe it's not my walk. You know what I mean? It just depends. My music is amazing. I mean, if people get to hear it, they're very lucky. You know what I mean? But there's a time and a place for everything. You know what I mean? And I don't regret any of that. Like I'm glad that things have worked out the way they do, and that God is in control. And I think a lot of people don't understand how to do that and let go. I mean, my reality is so much different than what strangers would want to say or tell anybody. I have nothing but opportunity in my life. I have nothing but love and positivity around me. Everything is beautiful in my life always. I have a beautiful life, and people are jelly of me because of it. You understand? The devil worries about palaces that are filled with gold. If you didn't have, gold, if you weren't gold yourself,
Gold.
why would the devil be concerned about you? See my point?
Nope.
All I am is opportunity, brother. I could go play Major League Baseball anytime I want, straight up, even if I have to start out in the minor leagues. Y'all don't even realize this, who you're talking to. I mean, literally, I can bat left and right. I was literally, they tried to recruit me to play college baseball when I was 12 years old. I was fielding batting practice right next to Barry Larkin. I've shook Ken Griffey Jr.'s hand. I met his son. I've like been right around all of
I
those
shook
people.
your
They
hand.
know me
Now I'm a
personally.
professional athlete.
Was right there talking to Barry Larkin. We were right there fielding and everything. And that's when Westminster College in Florida tried to recruit me. Said whenever he's ready to go, we want him to come play for us. And this was several colleges, schools, and I was only 12. And then like I said, same thing with tennis. Right around that same time, same thing. Played a ZAT, played one more ZAT. I think it was the second ZAT. I won the entire tournament, and they told me you either collect points through it, which I thought is what I was going to do, or you win the whole thing and you become a champ. So I did that, and then I asked, how does it work now? They said you win the whole thing, you become a super champ. I already knew, somehow God put it in my mind. I already knew I was going to do it. We went to Corpus Christi, played the tournament. Played against John Haley in the finals, defeated him like bad,
December.
and he was crying and stuff. And people don't get, when I played tennis, I had a lot of players that I would defeat.
Every December he does this, where he goes through the whole fucking flag football, the tennis bullshit, the fucking the guy from fucking Nigeria, whatever, the 7'8" motherfucker, whatever it was. He does this every December. It sucks.
And they would cry. Like, that's what y'all don't get. Like, it's so crazy to me how people will hide and type online, but you know who I am a little bit. Like, that's crazy to me because this is all real talk. You know what I mean? So yeah, I defeated John Haley in the finals in Corpus. I remember my dad bought me some hermit crabs and I was celebrating, and Corpus was fun.
The hermit crab. God damn, I forgot the
I was
song.
around, his name was Jack Sider. He was one of the top seeds in the state like me. And we were kind of friends at the time. I remember we ate at like Papacitos, probably the one right there in Austin or something like that. And we went swimming and stuff at this hotel. I think we were staying like the Embassy Suites. We would stay in beautiful hotels. I mean, I was young, but I still had, like honestly, like women were pursuing me at that time. That was kind of weird. But it was a whole thing, man. And then, like I said, like, that's what people don't get. Like, I've had a beautiful life, man. You know what I mean? Like, I came up good. I came up, I was all right. You know what I mean? Like, I would never say I wasn't, you know what I mean? But the minute I turned like 16, I went straight to the hood, and then I had to build from nothing. I was out there trying to get money for other people to help my people, real talk. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. What was I saying? Yeah, and I was ranked in the top 4 of the state. Well, I became a super champ immediately, which is unheard of. Nobody's ever done that quick, And then, yeah, like I said, it was the same thing when I got back to the tennis center too. There was, like I said, some dude's girlfriend trying to pursue me because, now I'm a super champ, and I was young as hell. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's been a whole lot of different things.
Now we're gonna go back to normal
speed,
and it's gonna sound slow as shit.
There was this dude named Riley who was older than me at that tennis center, and he kept acting the way y'all do online. He was trying to act like that for.
Isn't that crazy? You can train your head to hear him at like 1.25 or 1.5, and hear it at fucking. It sounds like normal pace, but then when you put him back at normal speed, it's like.
For real in reality,
you're waiting for Doe to rise.
Remember, I didn't even like going over there. You know what I mean? I didn't like dealing with it. I didn't want to deal with it. Like, you know what I mean? He was older than me. He was a big dude. Like, it was not cool at all. And it's like, I look back and I'm like, that's probably why he acted like that, because he was jelly. You know what I mean? He knew that I had all the talent. And then, like, that's the thing. Like, I stood up to him too. And all that stuff kind of stopped after I became a super champ, because, like, he had to respect me. Like, he realized, like, man, like, look what he just did. Like, I think he even said something like that. Like, none of us ever did that, and never going to. You know what I mean? So I've earned respect from people that, you would be surprised. You know what I mean? Like, people that probably thought they would never respect me, and I've always earned my respect.
Shit, that never happened.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Like, you doubt me, you count me out, you gonna lose every time. I don't care who you are. You're dealing with Tyree Sneed, bro. Like I said, I go play Major League Baseball anytime I want. I go play in the NBA and run the league if I want. I go play like any sport I want, literally. If I want to go play ice hockey, I could probably train and do that. It's just not my thing.
I did skating, ice skating when I was a kid. Like I said, I got better than all the girls.
It's beautiful.
Literally. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was doing that, like figure eight skating, like tricks and like spins and like jumping. Like I literally could do all that stuff, bro. You know what I mean? So, I've done a lot. I remember we used to go eat at Furs. I don't know if that was in the Austin. I think it was Lakeline Mall. Isn't that Austin? And then they ruined it. It had Furs. It had an ice skating rink. Man, the malls used to be nicer. Remember Dallas's mall was pretty nice at one point, one of them. But I was in Dallas. Like I said, we were doing the stuff we were doing in Mesquite. I was around different stuff, like political stuff, like all sorts of different stuff, man. I've been all over, bro.
Let's go,
I
Joey.
worked a lot
Get
of
on with
different
it.
jobs. I've been a part of a lot of different things. Like folks don't get, I'm a hustler. I'm gonna get to the bag one way or another. That's why I network and why I communicate with people. It's just, here there's not a whole lot of opportunity and there's only so many folks to communicate with unless I meet like an outsider or I get lucky and meet someone like some of the people I have recently.
jerk
It's all
off the
because
right
of God.
guy?
God will send me the right people no matter what. When I was up in Austin, man, Austin is just so hard for me to make it in now, and especially it's getting harder and harder. And it's too much because I understand how they move and they all paying attention to me. I don't have to wear a bat suit. They paying attention to me, bro. I couldn't even go to that breakfast right there on Congress. I love that breakfast, and like I was seeing them cars and I'm paying attention. I'm like, man, they following me. Like they really coming around and just sitting there and looking at me. Like they must know. Like they probably knew I was Batman because I was doing it at that time. So I took a trip up there to kind of scout it out and see what's up. All right. Started moving a certain way, did my thing. Like I said, I don't know if that was when I started making the money and stuff, but yeah, I think so because I had come from Green Bay and all that experience, and that stuff was crazy in Green Bay because I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. Because if you know what's been going on, but like that stuff was like crazy, bro. Everything I went through up there in Green Bay, if you know a little bit, I went through hell. And then, I was trying to wait for that bus. I was waiting in that McDonald's, I think, all day long, like all day, bro. Had to wait there all day. And I'm tired. I didn't sleep the whole night. Had to wait all day for that bus because it wasn't coming till like the afternoon. And then finally it was time. I walked, trekked through all this snow. It was cold as hell, right? Did what I had to do, waited outside because you can't even go on the inside. All I wanted to do was get the hell out of there, man, because I knew that all these evil folks were paying attention. You understand? I'm not scared of nothing or no one. It ain't about being scared. It's about, corruption. It's about the fact that you can see what these folks is on. They saying right now that Nicki Minaj is going through it. Feel me? So, I mean, I don't know, bro. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But that's my whole point. Like,
how long is this fucker
folks
gonna
got to
go?
really get with it, man. You got to wake up and start understanding what's what, man. That's the way of the world now, man. It's demonic possession, man. There's a million demons. You got to wake up. That's all the best way I can explain
CIA
it to
took
you.
a nap.
You got
He's
to start
back
paying
up.
attention to your surroundings and what's going on. You can't trust nobody, and you could trust people. Just make sure they're
I
the
swear to God, CIA hole never sleeps.
right people. Feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, I could take this any direction I want. I mean, I'm always training, so I'm always be on point with all that. I mean, like I said, I was ranked in the top 4 in the state of Texas the entire time in USTA playing tennis. It was Andrew Oatman, that's who it was. It was Matt Ledley, Jack Sider, and Tyree Sneed. Those were the top 4 seeds. They used to have the records online. You could Google them, but I think they deleted them or something.
Of
It
course
used to
they
be on
did.
there because it's the United States Tennis Association. And you used to be able to see them because I looked it up one time and I was like, man, they're actually on there, like the old records of everything. So you could see wins, losses, and everything. And you could see that those were the only, players that I struggled against or with was Andrew Oldman, Jack Sider, Matt Ledley. I remember I defeated Matt Ledley, definitely defeated Jack Sider. I just don't know if these were official tournaments
Fucking
because,
Jack
that was
Sider,
the
I
thing.
want to
You had
kill
to
him.
wait.
Whoever
And then
he
when it
is.
was official, it was always weird or there was some games being played. I remember with Andrew Oatman, I know exactly what happened. I know exactly what happened because I'll never forget. And I got super sick from drinking that Gatorade. And I'm talking super sick to the point I was crying and had to leave. Okay. And it was crazy, man. And it was crazy too because it happened right in front of another chick that was pursuing me. Her name was like Lauren something. And she was part of the Lakeway Tennis Center. And it was embarrassing as hell. It happened right in front of her. I mean, it was nothing really to be embarrassed about, but it just sucked. You know, it was kind of like, you know, what they depict, like with, you know, what Bruce Wayne went through. You know what I mean? But it was clear what happened, you know, and you should be able to figure it out. So, and it's because they were scared, man, because they knew if it was fair and straight up, I would have won. I would have defeated Andrew Oatman. The other two I for sure already had defeated, and everybody knew I could. And that was it. You know what I mean? So, but it is what it is, man. Evil people, you know, they cheat. They don't play fair. You know what I'm saying? And that was all it was. He wasn't that great. It was just, you know, they were going to be unfair about everything. So that's what they did. It is what it is. They did the same thing in baseball. They did the same thing in football. That's what happened with St. Michael's when all this stuff I went through happened. Like I said, with the top recruit in the country is a 6'9" guy from Ethiopia
There it is.
in a flag football game.
I mean,
Okay.
I swear to God, it's on recording this time of year. I just said it before 10 minutes ago. He's
proved I was tough. Everybody, you know, looked the way they looked, and I looked like the brave heart I am, and people saw how tough I really am, and were like, whoa, you know what I mean? And that was it. And then I kept it moving, and then I went down to Brownsville and went to St. Joe, and that's the only reason I picked that school, because they gave me a list of schools, and I said I want that one, because I said which one plays against St. Michael's. So then I came back, played against them, had more points than anyone on either team, and everyone had to give me a standing ovation, including the people from down here. So people have seen me overcome impossible odds, obstacles, real things. You know what I'm saying? That's what people forget. See, people don't understand all the things I've been through. You don't understand, bro. Like no, bro. Like you have no idea what I've been through, especially physically. They've had to put me back together, literally, homie.
I specifically remember listening to this asshole on my way home from Arby's getting some beef and cheddars. And I'm coming home, and I'm in coming in town, and there's a Christmas tree farm, and they're just people just they grow them every year. It's just a big thing. People go cut their own. They regrow them every year, and it's just a big thing. And I was driving right by that this time of year last year. People are getting their last minute Christmas trees, and Joey's talking about the same fucking shit, exact same thing. I remember where I was driving.
Okay, you don't know the meaning of going through things.
Should hate that.
None of you. Okay, that's why I say I have allergies. It's not really allergies. It's just things I go through because of what happened. Physical.
Every December.
So yeah, you don't understand. You know what I mean? And that's what it does, bro. When you go through real things. You know what I mean? These folks on YouTube and stuff, I don't know why they talk to me. I don't know any of them. They're not people that I would ever talk to or associate with. I associate with gangsters. You understand? I talk to real people. You know what I mean? And if other than that, it's, you know, people, if you basically on my wave, like if you support me and you showing me love, then that's cool. That's one thing. Like I said, I'm trying to get some people behind me, but you know, and look, it's starting to work. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be real with you, man. Like that right there, that probably puts me around what in total to my name right now. I'd say like maybe like 440.
Nope.
Something like that. Somewhere around there. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. That's pretty good. Like I said, I got to get some more money somehow, however we can. If it's super chats, I don't care if it's on here. And and I'm higher than that because I haven't redone the math, and we're over $160 for the next check, I believe. Let me check real quick. I know y'all in your feelings. Hold up.
Drum roll. Do I have one?
Yeah. Yeah, we over $160 for the next check. So these folks really in their feelings. You feel me? And that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, brother, I'm gonna succeed no matter what, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, can't nobody stop God's will. Can't nobody block my blessings. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got options, bro, to do what I want to do, man. You know, I could take it back to the street ball thing right now if I want. I could start wearing these collared shirts. Homeboy's got a whole bag of clothes for me. He might give it to me tomorrow. I mean, I don't even know what it is. Could be really nice clothes. Like I might put on a pair of them and we might go out to eat somewhere. I have no idea, bro.
We're going to go on a date.
You know what I mean? But that's my thing. Y'all don't get, like, that's what I want. That's what God told me. God said, you're going to get your life back. That's all I want
We're
right
gonna
now. I
date
just want
men,
normalcy. I
collared
just want to be able
shirts.
to go do normal things. You know what I mean? And I would
Nothing
love to
against
be
it,
able to
but
build other situations on top of what I've already built. It took me years. It took me a whole lot, especially with people doing everything
what
they
up,
can to hold
Lobster?
me back, and a corrupt system that gave me all this fake tickets and all this stuff. I got a suspended license, bro, because of corruption, because they gave me fake tickets. They literally broke the law. You think all that stuff's not going to get brought up in court? Bro, I have federal lawsuits that are being filed, bro. Multiple. You understand? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, folks, when they talk to me, you got to know who you're talking to. You talking to a dude who went through hell, literally, who went through all of it. Okay?
And Lobster, you just coming in here. We've been here for a little hour, 10 minutes. He's still going. We're only a couple minutes behind, but I got a new one to premiere. Super Ninja. He's been talking about Super Ninja, so I got that in the hopper, ready to go.
literally came out the other side and a
Get
whole
that
different
stuck in your
being and
head.
person and entity now. That's the thing. I walked through hell untouched. Okay? And I came out of hell something totally different. It's not fake. This is real. That's why you got, the people online trying to talk about me and copy my lines, or they want to act like I don't exist and ignore me while they're, obsessed and repeating my words and trying to copy my rhetoric. That's admiration, homie. You understand? Imitation, the greatest form of flattery. What do you think y'all do every day? I'm just not flattered because it's odd to me. Like, if you're gonna, copy me or imitate me, cite your sources. You know what I mean? You used to do it when we write papers, right? We used to do all that. Like, they wanted me to teach English at the college here, bro.
No,
Back in the day, my
no,
favorite teacher that I missed, he was an older
no.
dude. He wanted me to teach
He misses older dudes. Older dudes. Joey misses older dudes.
English at the college. If that don't tell you something, I'm that good at English. I used to get great grades and all the thing. Now, it's been a long time. I'd have to relearn the commas and all the
Like
apostrophes
cooking
and,
eggs. You got to relearn shit.
punctuation. It wouldn't take me that long, but I got to start doing it again to get the hang of it. But he wanted me to teach English. He wanted me to be a tutor over there, and I would have gotten paid and everything, I think. It's people that work
Get
over
the
there and
hang
get
of it.
paid. I could ask them, but that's the thing. Anywhere I work, I got to make sure that these folks, the agents of Satan, don't know where I work. You understand? Because everywhere I work, they start calling and try to find an excuse for me to not
And
be able
that's
to have
why
a
I
job.
can't fucking accept a job.
That's what folks don't get. So when folks are like, try to find a job, or it's not that simple. You're not Jason Bourne and I am. It's a little bit different. See, I got whole groups trying to stop me and my progress and just basic, necessities. They don't want to see me win, brother. Most of you just can't even fathom that. You're like, nah, there's no way, right? Because you don't fathom it. I mean, literally, they can't even conceive the possibility that things are that hard for anyone. Do you have any idea what I've come up against by myself and how like amazingly I've won? I changed the definition of winning, bro. That's the thing people don't get with me. I don't play games, but I was explaining it to my homeboy today a little bit, and he was listening. I told them the stuff I went when I was in college out here, bro. I told you what they were doing. I told you. I spelled everything out. I told you, and people ask about me. People learn my history real quick, and then they learn, like, yeah, I don't play games. You know what I mean? That's why the Joker videos coming out, like, none of them are silly enough to play games now. Like, yeah, because people know now. You understand? Like I said, I'm a real gangster. Nobody controls me. I'm not concerned about what anybody has to say, because I'm going to do what I want and get what I want no matter what. If I want something, trust me, I'm going to get it.
Goddamn right.
If I want someone, I'm going to get them.
That's
Straight
called
up.
rape.
That's
Joey.
what folks don't get.
That's called rape.
I do what I want to do. Nobody controls me. You understand? Like I said, I talk directly to people. I tell them how I feel in front of them. I don't sugarcoat stuff. I don't jump around concepts. I'm not shy like that. I just tell you directly what it is and what I want. It might throw some people for a loop, but I mean, that's how I was raised. That's how I am. I'm going to tell you what it is. If I'm feeling something, I'm going to let you know.
Yeah, if I'm going to fuck you in the ass, I'm going to fuck you in the ass, and I'm going to hold you down to do it. And you're going to stand there, and I'm going to throw tennis balls at you.
You understand? I'm not here to act. I'm not here to sugarcoat stuff. You know what I mean?
Dad
So,
taught you well,
you know,
Joey.
again, what's up? You know what I mean? Like I said, this is all because of faith, man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that's testimony right there. I'm the greatest testimony of all time. Everything I'm kicking is fact. It's reality. So that's the thing, like, brother, I mean, you know, if you and your feelings because of what I'm doing, that's cool. I don't know why you talking about a whole bunch of stuff that I won in and I've won all across the board and it's irrelevant. I don't know why you know, talking backwards or
Never
repeating my
watched
words
show,
back. I don't
Blue.
know what that's supposed to accomplish because I just work on different projects and I just live my life. I'm not concerned about how anybody feel about that. Besides the point, it's irrelevant.
The jive turkey that never
you know what
slept.
I mean? These folks, they want an identity so bad, you ain't gonna gain one off me. That's why y'all ain't never made a dime or one red penny off me, and I wouldn't let nobody making no money off me. Now, other folks, they just sit there and they just let folks do what they want. Like them folks really, they may really be making a little bit of money. They ain't making a lot, but they making a little bit off of these people on here. That's crazy. Y'all let them do that? They want to talk the same people copying me. Y'all let folks make money off you. I wouldn't let nobody make a dime off me. Ain't nobody making no money off me. I guarantee it. I know for a fact. That's what I'm saying. You got folks that, you know, say stuff that doesn't make any sense and act like there's some conversation going on that doesn't make any sense and isn't happening. There's no conversation happening other than reality. That's why you're in your feelings. Yeah, that's just showing your desperation. You would
Why
love
not?
to have me be in another light, but I'm just shining and I'm beautiful. So like that's what it is. I'm famous as hell. Everything is positive for me over here. Everything is positive for me always because I talk positive and I think positive. I'm a positive person. You see the difference? Your life will reflect how you feel about yourself, what you think. That's what I'm still working on right now is like emitting the signal and emitting the vibration of love, like healing, like within my cells, like understanding that I'm whole, that I'm connected to the cosmos. I come from the stars. I'm a star being, homie. This is why y'all don't understand me.
Joey's
This is why I had
3
ex-girlfriends
AI
even
Atlas.
describe and tell me you came out of nowhere like a star. But I've had them tell me that straight up. The same ones who went against me too would tell me that. They went against me because they were weak. That's why they were sitting there whining, talking about I'm not as strong as you. Being strong is a choice. That's what I told them. Being strong is a choice. What does not being strong have to do with direct stuff that y'all do because you and your feelings? Because I was buying cars like I was going to the grocery store. Can you explain that to me? See, this is the thing. Everybody want to have their opinion. Then they want to say this and that. Oh, I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to fix that. Ain't nothing for me to fix. I'm perfect, just the way God made me.
He gonna cry.
You know what I mean? You want to talk about looks? I'm the most beautiful thing God ever created. Literally, are you serious? And I got fangs because I'm a vampire, homie. What's confusing? I'm made perfectly in the way God wanted me, literally, down to a T. He sculpted me. You understand? What do you mean? You know what all this come from? This come from me surviving all the impossible things I survived. That's why I got fangs. God sculpted and made Batman in front of you. If it wasn't for what I went through, then I wouldn't have fangs, and I might not be Batman. I'm Batman because God want me to be. I look the way I'm supposed to look. I see it in every video. I'm perfect. I may be odd to you. I may look different. Okay, and I mean, you're also just a regular human being, and I'm supposed to be an immortal vampire. So, I mean, what are you saying? See the difference? That's what I'm saying. All these folks want to talk this and that, want to pretend it's a game, but that's some internet stuff. Ain't nothing a game. Feel me? And like I said, I mean, this is what I'm focused on. The Batman project, like I said, we going on 3 years, March, April, May time this next year. That's my anniversary, 3-year anniversary. I'm proud as hell. And like I said, when I go to other cities and states and we can expand this, I'll know that I got 3 years under my belt, but we're going to start and act like, I mean, we're not going to act like I haven't been doing it, but I'm just saying it'll be like a new count probably, because it'll start over wherever I'm at. So if I go be Batman in New York, I want to get to the point where we having a toast just like was depicted, with wine or brandy or whatever you want to call it. And they talking about 10 years in, a whole new 10 years on top of this 3 years. You know what I mean? I don't know, how long it'll take, but that's what I'm saying. That super chat right there, that's evidence that God is moving.
Life changing.
That's evidence that I'm perfectly in tune and in key with where I need to be. I'm right where I need to be and I'm doing everything right. That's why when they have fake videos talking about you're in the wrong timeline, unless they got some kind of, different kind of message, they're just saying, that don't make no sense. I'm in the right timeline. I'm doing everything perfectly. And God told me, be patient, let it happen. And then another reading said about going in a different direction. There was another one talking about it had 2 signs in a roadway. These are symbols and depict like messages being sent to me, bro. It all comes from God. You got to wake up. And it has a roadway, right? And it got 2 signs with arrows, and it says like the same old way or same old thing, and then the crazy way. And obviously for me, it's like, obviously the crazy way is the way to go, right? But you have to understand, I already did that. Most of the readings I'm way ahead on, I mean, this is the crazy way. I'm for sure not going to be doing the same old thing, but I mean, it was never like that. This starts to feel monotonous, even with the Batman thing. It starts to feel like the same old thing, but that's just the way it is out here. There ain't much to do. I try to vary my days. That's why, like, you have to make your own fun out here. It just is what it is. That's just a fact of what it is. It ain't gonna change. You know what I mean? Like, but I love it here. It's cool. It's fun. You know what I mean? Like, people are cool. There's a lot of good people. That's what God showed me. They showed me that. I give them credit. Ugh, real talk. But yeah, like I said, I can go any direction I want with it, man. Like I said, I don't know what the point is in discussing anything with anybody who doesn't even know what they talking about or doesn't know me. I mean, like I said, I got 7 bikes in inventory. Money is what it takes to get them all fixed. I don't work on stuff like that. I've said that a million times. It's not my thing. I'm not claiming to be a mechanic. You understand? I want to learn it. I might start trying to research and learn about it. That's what I'm trying to do on my own already. But yeah, not my thing, bro. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not trying to be on a bicycle. That's why I started on the bat cycle. I put 1,300 into it and fixed it twice. My point is, you want to talk about money with a guy that's showing you all the digits right there. I mean, that's over $2,100 in all those bikes easily. So what do you mean? The car lots, I mean, that's a couple of like, I mean, it's probably arguably realistically almost $100,000 in that car lot. Realistically, I'm not talking about like resale value, but who cares about that? Cars depreciate and they got a ton of problems. I mean, they have to be completely rebuilt basically and fixed. That's just what it is. But in all actuality, yeah, there's like over 100K in that lot of what I own. So people ain't talking about nothing. Like, you ever walked into a car dealership and literally just put $25,000 cash on the table and said, I want that Porsche? Because I did. Have you ever had a bank account, like a brokerage account with over $300,000 in it? Because the bank I was with, right, Charles Schwab, you had to have over $250,000 to even open an account there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people can pretend, but we're not. We're in a different tax bracket. Okay, like, I used to have Obamacare. I used to pay almost $1,000 a month for nothing. Okay, like, they wasted my money. As far as I'm concerned, like, that's theft. You were just taking my money, and so I could go into offices and they could tell me, oh well, we're not accepting you because you have it. So you're telling me I'm paying so I can get rejected for what I thought I need? But it was a blessing because I was trying to do something. It was with my sinuses because I have my issues from what I went through, right? And I'm so glad I didn't do it because it probably would have messed everything up. because my problems are totally different. It's just mechanical from what I've been through, so that's what I'm saying. Folks don't even understand. No, they have to put me back together, bro, and they did it wrong. That's what y'all don't get, and they did it way too quick. So it's hard to explain to you, but I have different issues. Like, I don't have the room that y'all have to do basic things. I'll just put it like that.
To bounce
And you already should know
walls?
that. So what do you mean? Like I said, that's where most of this stuff started. That's why, so when folks are like, oh, you're supposed to do this. No, you don't know what happened. You're just talking. You don't get what happened here. You don't understand. I went through real
we go.
things, and you folks didn't help and didn't do anything about it.
Boys getting fired up.
I don't run to other people for my problems. This was all because of you. So you don't get to tell me, oh, this and that. Oh, you're supposed to keep your cool. No, I'm not. You don't know what I went through. Everything I went through is personal as hell, actually.
This is great.
So, mind your business. Worry about you. Worry about them jobs y'all work where you make no money and no wage. Real talk. And don't even do your job. That's how everybody feel. You noticing that? You notice how the Facebook posts, how they say every single one of y'all is lying all the time? You notice how there's no credibility. You have no credibility, no respect. Why do you work a job where no one respects you? That's my question to you. You know what I mean? The public has completely lost faith in you. The system is corrupt. It's a joke. It doesn't work like that no more. You can't. That's what they were trying to convince me of when I was going to jail. There was one of them saying, well, yeah, blah, 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 they're not all bad. I mean, that's fine, but the public doesn't have time to decipher and figure that out. The public just feels the way they feel because they have every reason to, because we see example after example. It's just like there's a lot of people that work different careers that are my fans. That doesn't mean that they do their job or that they're a good person. You feel me? If you're doing your job, we wouldn't have all these circumstances and posts on Facebook explaining how you're not doing your job over and over and over again. So I'm going to keep on saying it until folks start learning that it's not a choice to do your job. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what y'all do. Y'all think a job, like I said, you had that one homeboy with a DVD player, wasn't even working, and then y'all paid him off and bribed him at that corner store, right? And like I said, he lost both jobs, got ran out the neighborhood, and got all his karma. You understand? Like, real talk. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. It's clear he terrified. I don't see him nowhere. Haven't heard nothing from him. Nothing. That boy got the hell out of Dodge and ran. He's shook. He's scared. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. And these folks was bribing people like that and giving them money. Clearly, I mean, and you was talking to them. That's illegal enough right there. If you got underground illegal organizations contacting you, talking to you, and then they having you implement actions, you do realize how illegal that is, right? That's the highest form of felony you can commit. Not to mention collusion and conspiracy across state lines, which then thus turns into a RICO case.
Actions.
Yeah, I already got federal indictments all across the board. Like I said, y'all better start paying attention. Y'all better catch up. The minute I get my money, all these federal lawsuits get filed, or access to an attorney that's actually going to do their job, because they all corrupt down here. Remember when I ran all the way to McAllen, paid one almost $5,000. He took half and didn't do nothing. That's how corrupt they are. I went to McAllen to try to get away from the corruption, and then realized, oh, I just walked into more of it. That's why I went to McAllen, because I was like, let me get as far away as possible. This dude, the lawyer that's in San Antonio and here, he didn't do nothing for what I went through with what I survived. Like, I think that's not right too. I think that's illegal. So I'm gonna look into that too. And if I'm able to file a countersuit, I'm gonna file a lawsuit. I'm not playing about nothing. I'm filing a lawsuit for everything. Everything we do is a legal matter. We take it to court. And I've never gone to court for nothing. I don't spend my time in courts, never will. I won't even show up for nothing. I'm telling you right now, nothing. Because I mind my own business and I follow the law, so I don't have to. That's what they've been doing the whole time, like I said. So it wasn't enough that you got my license suspended lying, and I can't ever drive, and I'll never get it back unless God gives me the money, because y'all want like $800 and something. So I'm supposed to pay you. Let me get this straight. I'm supposed to pay you because you lied, and I proved in the window in the mirror in McAllen, and it was on a YouTube video on a channel that I used to have,
and I proved that you lied and said I had a tail light that was out and it wasn't. So I proved that that corrupt officer lied, but nothing gets done about that. That's just okay. Come on, bro.
Joe, your
Can't be serious, man.
license doesn't
Yeah, because of
suspended
y'all and your
over
fake tickets. All the other
light.
ones I had paid, right? And then I think I got something like that they made up, right? Because they literally had a tracking device on my vehicle. You ain't fooling anybody, bro. How were you able to even see me, or what was going on, bro? Real talk. Come on, man. The same thing they did in Atlanta. Think y'all fooling somebody. Yeah, I think my roommates might have been in on it in Atlanta. In Atlanta, they pulled me out of a lineup of vehicles, about 6 cars around me. I was going the speed limit. How you pull me over and then tell me I can't drive my vehicle? That's what they said. Like, what? That's the silliest thing to tell someone too. Oh, you're gonna have to pull up there and stay there at that gas station. No, you corrupt. Period. I'll do what I want. See the difference? See, I stand up for real. The rest of you folks just talk. You understand? I can see when there's stuff that don't make no sense, when there's foul play involved, when folks ain't no good. I'm country. I'm a stand up. I don't care where I'm at. I don't care who it is. I know what's good. I run the streets. I got too much power now, and I'm the mob. I do what I want to do. That's why you folks in your feelings. You don't have an answer for me. That's what they did. Like I said, this all started when I came up against the cartel and I kept winning. And then they didn't have an answer for me in the street. So then they used all their corrupt ties. And then they said, well, let's try to use the courtrooms and the justice system. Then that didn't work either. I won against everybody. That's what y'all don't want to talk about.
How long
and then I
before
turned
he
around
fucking
and
just
did all
passes
this
out?
and won against everybody again. And these were different groups and people. I ain't took a L yet, I'm just telling you the truth, to nobody. There's not too many dudes that can walk around anywhere and say they've never lost. I ain't lost in the street. I'm a $1,000,000 in the street. I did bar security for like 7+ years or so. Untouchable, untouched. Never took a L. I've come up against groups and won. And people don't understand how ruthless I am. Like, y'all don't even know anything about my history. That's why it's so entertaining to me and funny, because I don't play no games at all. I'm a nightmare. Literally. And the things that y'all care about, I don't care about at all. I have no limits.
Family.
I'm the real deal. That's
housing,
why when folks get online and they start typing, I'm like, that's
food,
fine.
money.
Because you're pretending. That's what they do, hide and pretend. You know who you're talking to. You just can't fathom the amount of power I actually have. See, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not on here trying to talk fluff or sound cute. I'm telling you reality. That's the difference. Like I said, we gonna be in front of everybody soon. We gonna be in all them cities and states. My job is to get on here and make moolah, make that money. I can get super chats like what they just sent. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, and may God bless you as well.
Now send me more.
I'm doing my job.
Now, do you have a couch?
You see them folks, they come over here, they start typing, right? Because you really want to pretend, right? Like you, whatever. I mean, you want what you want, you jelly, because I got a full scale business. It's clear what you want. It's never going to happen. And you want a reaction. But you in your feelings because I'm making dough, because I'm making money. Because, see, I'm doing everything right. Why don't you, I don't know, get on point and focus on yourself? Why don't you learn from what I teach? Instead of, see, like I said, folks like that, all they know is how to try to dismantle. They don't know how to build anything. And odds are, if that's what you do, right? I mean, self-explanatory, right? Because people with a nature like that, it doesn't just affect others, it affects them as well. See my point? Because they don't know how to build. I mean, what y'all want to talk about? Like, listen to everything I just listed off. Like, name a time I ain't been successful. Like I said, I went and lived in Cape Coral. I was paying like $900 to $1,000 for rent out there. I've lived in Cape Coral.
The day
I went to the Coast to Coast Mixtapes Convention.
So
paid for that. That was like $1,000 or a couple of $1,000. They gave me a little name tag. I was the most gangster rapper that walked in the building there. I came in the building like for real. I don't even move around like that no more. That's what y'all don't get. The old me, bro, when I was younger and you know, anywhere I was at, I'm not gonna say or talk too much. Anywhere I was at, I was moving around on some real gangster stuff. Y'all don't get, there was points in time I didn't have nothing and had to go out and get it. And I just, it's like a mechanism. I just turn it on. I go get what I want. Like, just like he said in the depiction, they said, what did they say? They said, I don't think he wants to talk to us. What did he say? He said, God help whoever he does want to talk to. That's me. That's the point. Y'all want to talk about this and that. Everything concerning God is coming from me, brother. You understand? See, what you don't understand is like, I don't have any emotions about nothing. This is all business to me, brother. I defeated the cartel easily, numerous times, over and over again. They're shook. They're scared of me. That's clear as day, right?
Sounds like a pretty
And I
funny
called
job.
them out for decades. Okay. So now that we got that issue discussed and out the way, I mean, what else? Came up against everybody else and won, all the gangs I won. I mean, so what do you mean? This is my career. This is what I do. This is my purpose. I'm Batman. So what part is confusing? Thing is, y'all don't know anything about me. None of you. So guessing, that's hilarious. Because you have no idea. But I do. I know me. Hmm? And that's what I'm saying. For me, it's hilarious watching y'all. I be paying attention to all y'all, man. I study human behavior, bro. People think they on something. I'm 8 million steps ahead of all y'all all the time. People don't even know, like I told you, I got eyes and ears all over these cities. I got people that listen when other folks talk and bring up my name, that come to me and tell me, yeah, they were talking about you behind your back. But you think you know what's going on? Like these folks online, they want to get on here, log online, think they're powerless. They want to pretend they got some power. You want to start typing and talking. You don't even know what's going on. You don't know what I know. You don't know who I know. You don't know how much power I have. You have no idea who you're talking to. Yeah. So what you talking about?
Pretty much exactly everything that's going to happen here in the next week.
I left my past behind. I'm a man of God. That's why I'm a man of God. You can hear it in my voice. I got to be a man of God. That's the only thing going to keep me calm. I'm a monster. That's what y'all don't get. A real one. Everything everybody talk about, that's cute. But like everything y'all talk, I live. There really is a million examples of me in the street, in reality, never backing down and really winning, no matter, against whatever, whoever. Y'all don't have that. Y'all want to talk about the streets? Y'all ain't in the streets. Y'all sitting in a Roach motel room like Rob Rack.
For real.
Yeah, they want to get it confused and think because I make a couple of jokes, oh, I cleaned it all the way up, I'm someone different now. Nah, you're talking to a gangster. Better remember that. All y'all, straight up. I don't know what you confused about. You know what I mean? Trust me, like with us, I'm just gonna keep it real, bro. I like, it's just clear as day, man. It ain't even gotta be explained. But like I said, man, bro, I own things cost over 4Gs, bro. Everything I got, everything I ever paid cash for, I paid
Everything you have, you're going to have to fucking put in a goddamn hobo bag and carry that shit on your way in another 3 days. Thank you very much. 15, amen.
cash for everything, so much stuff, bro. I got assets, equity. I've paid
And he is at mom's until Sunday, OC. Sunday is the big day.
so many expenses, so many bills along the way. You have no idea, man. Why you want to talk money to me, bro? I'm a grown man. That's what I'm saying. How you gonna talk money with me? You ain't never paid a bill.
God damn. Could you imagine if you had a TV that was worth 4Gs today, that you wouldn't even want that because you could go to Walmart and buy one for $200 if you paid $4,000 for a TV, you could go to Walmart and buy one for $200 that would fucking look better.
Even one ever. I paid millions in bills, literally millions of dollars.
Millions.
You serious? People are silly, man. That's what I'm saying. You people want to. I'm competing. You ain't competing with me. You just literally can't seem to grasp who you're talking to. To compete with me, you'd basically need. I mean, you need mansion as a state. You need billions in equity. You need buildings worth billions of dollars that you got full access to. Listen to what I'm saying. You need your own car lot you pay over $100 for, and all them nice cars like the Porsche in it, right? That cost tons of money, right? You need a lot of upper class, higher class stuff. You need mineral rights and oil royalties. You need to be able to liquidate assets at the drop of a dime for thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, you would have to have walked in my shoes. All this money taught me a lot of lessons. See, money is knowledge. I'll trade money for knowledge any day. I find the knowledge through the experience with the money. I learned a lot. I taught myself how to trade stocks. Didn't nobody teach me. I learned it myself. And what I learned is that the world and people, you know, they overcomplicate things. Stocks are not difficult. They're very simple. It's funny to me how they always talk about what I'm doing. Remember when y'all was talking about what I was doing with the stocks? Remember with the penny stocks? That wasn't a failure. I learned a ton from that, and it was a really good project. But what it taught me was just that the where I was investing was the issue, because every time that the stock split, they wanted to charge me 40, $50, and it just got to the point I was doing day labor to try to pay, try to get my money first of all for me. And it was getting to the point I couldn't afford to keep paying it because all the stocks started splitting like crazy. And I think that was intentional too. So it's like, I was like, let me just get them all out of there and quit doing this because this is ridiculous. That time period taught me so much though. I used to do the same thing. I'd go to the diner, sit down, I had my laptop, I'd listen to them videos about narcissism because I was getting over everything that them narcs put me through, them ex-girlfriends. That's what I was doing. I was listening to them. I'd listen to them in the morning before I took a nap and went to sleep. I listened to those all night. I'd stay up till 6 in the morning?
Early in the morning.
Every day. Take a nap, wake up, go back to the same places, have a routine. Sometimes it'd be freezing out there. I'd wake up, it'd be freezing. I walk outside, it's freezing. It's nighttime. Y'all have no idea what I've been through, bro. You don't want to talk. You don't know the half of it, bro. I remember when I was going through it, like real bad physically, and I had to run up to the CVS, and I figured it out myself and went and got some vitamin C. That's how I learned about vitamin C and what it can do for you, because it basically saved my life.
Is he going to cry?
Real talk. Then I started figuring out how it works, how you use it, all that. That's where Mike Saha got the whole talking about vitamin C thing from me. Tommy Sotomayor with the Truth and Logic tour. That comes from me. That was my phrase. Something about truth and logic. All that comes from me. Tariq Nasheed with the hidden colors thing, with the concept I was teaching.
Is he going to cry about vitamin C?
And all this can chronologically be proven. YouTube has the videos to prove it, and they're chronological. Again, a lawyer might be able to access these records. There can't be a statute because I just want to prove my point. That's all. I'm not even concerned about court. That's what these folks don't get. I don't have to win. I don't have to do nothing. I just have to prove my point. And I don't even have to. It's already proven. It's guaranteed because it's already proven. I just want people to hear it. That's all. I want people to know the truth. How unfair the world is. When did they give me a fair shake? I'm not complaining or whining. I'm getting up and getting going. It ain't never been fair. I don't ask for it to be fair. I don't expect it to be fair. And the fact that it was never fair is what made me stronger than all of you. It was never fair on here. I was never dealt a fair shake. I'm not to this day. Who of you goes on a live stream and has people waiting for you to go live, right, to do what they do because they jelly? Nobody, only me. But
you've been pissing and moaning for 5.5 hours today, and I have covered every single fucking moment of it. What's wrong with my ass? Nothing. I'm eating fresh roast beef and sharing it with my dog. Let's go.
Again, how many of you got a $20 super chat today, or almost ever?
Not me.
Pretty much none of you.
Yeah, I don't mind. That's what you don't get. I don't mind that folks are against me because they're evil. I don't mind that folks feel some way because they're evil. I don't mind that all these people, you know, feel however they do. I don't mind that things are unfair because it was that unfairness that built me because I had to become undeniable. I had to become stronger. I had to become everything that I've become. And it wasn't just because of that, it was because of God. These people think because they're disingenuous, they want to front and pretend like other people are, everyone is, but you know that's not the case. Over here, we're genuine, brother. We talk about real concepts. We do real things over here. I can't believe y'all want to talk about women to me. That's crazy. With my history, are you serious, bro? I've dated chicks that look better than any supermodel. You got to quit playing with me, bro, about that women stuff. That's crazy. Money is worse than that. I've seen so much money, bro. I've had so much money and so much power with money. You have no idea, bro. You don't know nothing about me. What? That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, I'm not going to spend my time and energy worrying about nonsense. I spend my time and energy and put it where it needs to be. I'm the alchemist.
Like sleep.
You got to alchemize
Getting up in the
energy,
morning,
baby.
going to
Ain't
work.
worth your time. Dismiss it. Keep going.
Probably be
Real
a
talk.
good
That's what
idea,
life
you
about.
fucking asshole.
Not all this nonsense y'all talking. It's a waste of your time. I'm just telling you the truth. Feel me? So, like I said, folks can do what they want, tell themselves what they want. I don't care. Do you? Because I'm going to do me. Feel me? That's my whole thing, man. You got a whole lot of disingenuous people. That's all I see. That's fine. Well, where's that getting you? Where's that gotten you? Are any of you successful? No, but I am. That's it. I'm wealthy as hell, bro. I'm the real Bruce Wayne. I'm what all the depiction and stories are about, brother. You understand? So again, I mean, for people to sit here and pretend and act like it's not going to happen, I mean, okay. Can you see the banner and see what this is right here and see how it got God written all over it? So tell me it's not going to happen now. Wasn't y'all talking about money and this and that, and that's the things you try to say like I'm not.
I got no beer. But I'm about to open this second bottle of wine. That sounds like a song.
Not going to get blessed. Why are you concerned? Why are you admitting that publicly? That's showing that you're jelly. That's embarrassing. That's weakness. You funny. I love it. Please keep it up.
Yeah, Blue. My dog, Jax, the stuff that I get for her. Right when I got her, I was like, I promised myself I'm not going to give her shit. And it's starting to add up now, but it's all good. Yeah, $80 a bag for 20. I pay 80 for a 20-pound bag of this stuff, but it keeps her fucking, keeps her asshole fucking correct.
That's proof right there. Oh, it's all going to happen just like I told you it is. It's the prophecy. I'm the prophecy, brother. It's already pre-written, preordained by God. That's what they keep telling y'all, right? Yeah, y'all think I don't know? You think I don't know how y'all paid for all them readings and all them tarot readers sat there, looked at you right in your face and told you there is nothing that can
second
stop
bottle
this
of
man.
cooking wine.
Now they probably looking at their computer like, how the hell did he know that? I know everything about y'all. I know y'all going through it real bad right now, real bad. I said real bad. Cars real big, house real big, but you going through it real bad because you had a bad day.
Take a look.
Look at you cry.
No money found.
Delusional and thought that you could come against time.
Joey's sitting at home,
You had a
drinking
bad
cooking
day.
wine.
Yeah, how's it going dealing with all them spirits, huh? How's it going? How's it going dealing with all your karma? How's it going dealing with God?
Is
Told you
cooking
go
wine
against me, you go
considered a
against
spirit?
God. That's why they so quiet, because most of them don't even have the time to type no more. Real talk. Like, that's the thing, like, nah, bro, you go against God, good luck. You know what I mean? Real talk. I guarantee you them folks can barely do anything.
Real talk. You know what I mean? Like, look at the Woffords, bro. They a perfect example, bro. You went against God, you went against the Son of God. And like I said, 100%, you still need to sign over that property to me for free because it ain't a
Give
property.
me
It's a
that
patch of grass.
goddamn
And I don't
generator.
believe you own anything out there. But like I said, just wait for me to get my money and I can buy all the surrounding land and place a whole bunch of, top-notch RVs all around it. For fun. Because that's the type of person I am. See,
An
people are
asshole.
petty. I'm not petty. I just have fun. You know what I mean? Me, I'm very systematic. I'm also a genius.
Dramatic.
You understand? That's what folks don't get.
Grease lightning.
What do you mean? I can do anything I want, bro. Nobody controls me. I do what I want. Y'all are in your feelings because I make good, solid decisions, and y'all be in and out in prison and jail forever, over and over again, and can't build nothing and can't go nowhere. Why don't you talk about that? Like I said, why do you act like everyone's on what you on? Some folks don't get on YouTube to go back and forth or talk a certain way. Some folks get on YouTube to preach positivity. That's why our life is positive. See, my life, that's why our lives are positive. That's why my life is positive and beautiful, because I'm a positive, beautiful person.
That was powerful.
Yeah, keep that energy over there, right? That's the recipe for failure, buddy. See, when you're just a good person, right, and everything around you is just, beautiful,
Come on,
and you got nothing but love in your heart and soul like me, and you got pure love for humanity and everybody and people, and everything here is nice and love and caring and good things, it's going to reflect. That's why everything in my life is beautiful. And that's why you and your feelings. Yeah, just because I'm a good person don't mean I'm weak. Don't ever mistake my kindness for weakness. Like I said, I'm the biggest gangster you'll ever see. That I can assure you. And it's crazy because they all know. They already know, right? That's why y'all took the cop out every time, right? So these are the same people that ran from me.
You got to put a cam
all of them. They all ran from me for decades. They're still running. You know what I mean? Like doing exactly what I said everybody would do. Remember? You know what I mean? Folks is funny, bro. Like I said, I'm a grown man, bro. You know what I mean? Wearing 530 on my wrist. Got you pissed? What you mean? Want to talk now? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. So like I said, we have conversations one time, then we move on. We're way past moving on. We're going to keep being successful. We're going to move forward, and that's it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Merry Christmas to you as well, and God bless you. And like I said, that's what we need right there. We need folks to support. We need folks to continue to support, right? That's what we need. This right here. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That right there. I need folks, please donate, show your support. And it'll help me have a Merry Christmas, you know what I mean? Because I'm doing everything
I
by
want
myself.
a Merry Christmas birthday cake.
Nothing for me. So, I mean, if y'all send me whatever, I mean, that helps me.
Happy brother,
I won't
Jesus'
get my next
brother.
check until January 21st to 26th, but I don't care or mind if it's a late Christmas. I would be happy and appreciative for a Christmas period. I ain't had a real Christmas in years. I ain't had a real birthday in years. I ain't had a real Thanksgiving in years. I ain't had a real Halloween in years.
Real Halloween.
I'll take it.
Dude, he has not had a real Halloween in years. He's going on his third year on Halloween every fucking day. This is amazing.
If it's late, I don't care. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. You know what I mean? That's the thing folks don't get. I'm looking for a support system. I'm looking for actual family that cares and helps.
Yeah, he always
sounds like he's about to
kill a lobster and then another hour later.
I need people to actually give me a chance and take me in as a human being. You understand? And treat me like the way I've always deserved and never got.
We still got to get through my premiere of Super Ninja when he's done with this. So if you guys are going to suck it up long enough to get through it, I'd appreciate if you stand by, but goddamn.
That's the point. That's my story. That's the person I am. I'm not going to let people rewrite it. People want to talk and act like I'm trying to hold on to things. Brother, I don't care about none of this. I don't care about nothing you talking about. All I want is new. That's what you don't get.
You understand?
It's
I ain't
still
holding on
going.
to nothing that wasn't mine and didn't belong to me in the first place. I don't care about none of this. You understand? I want all new. You understand? I mean, everything do belong to me and it's mine, but I just don't care. I want new. I want what's really mine without anybody trying to tamper with it or pretend or act like it, you know what I mean? They have anything to do with it, or you know what I'm saying?
Come
I
on,
want my
CIA.
own.
I thought I made $1,300
And that's what I'm
earlier.
going to get because God's going to give it to me.
I
That's
guess
why
it's a
God
new
said you're
day.
getting your life back. Yep. Like I said, God will do it. God's going to always do it for me. Like I said, these folks in their feelings because I'm God's favorite. God told you straight up and spelled it out for you. Why do you think? I'm loyal, I'm faithful, and I'm a good person. You know, I've made mistakes. I've done crazy things, and I've done things I'm not proud of. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. You know what I mean? But not the way y'all do. My mistakes were just me messing up or whatever, and it was really because of other people's decisions and the way they were
I
doing
didn't
things that
mean
was
it.
affecting me. It was just whatever I had to do. It was never my fault. And I understand that, and that's part of healing and part of the journey too is forgiving yourself, and that's what I'm working on,
What would
forgiving
I give him
myself.
for Halloween? I'd give him an apple. I think that would probably be the best thing to give him.
Because this was all because of everybody else. And that's all I'm tired of. I want to get away
A
from everyone
hard
and have my
candied
money
apple.
so that I can make my own decisions again and build my life the way I want it. That's what y'all don't get. So I just don't understand what you're saying. Like, all I want to do is travel. Mhm. I'm already good. I want security. I want stability like I have. I'm good with what I got. Like I said, it's all me. It's all mine, but I just want more and I want to be able to travel.
Yeah, you're gonna start traveling on
So
Sunday, bud.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Like I said, we're going to keep on moving forward. You know
He's
what I mean?
tired.
Merry Christmas to everybody. It's nothing but love, man. So, like I said, we're going to keep on doing what we do. Let them stay in their feelings, man. Let them feel how they want. I think it's hilarious, man. It's just crazy, bro, because I'm doing my thing. Look at that. How can you say anything other than something positive with this? It's got a $20 super chat, bro. I'm already over 160 bucks. That means that next check now is going to end up being, when it accrues and accumulates, it's going to be over 180 bucks already. It's only the
And you
18th.
lied.
So that's like my Christmas check. I'm getting it in January 21st to 26th, but it's like
Yeah.
my late Christmas check. So that's like my Christmas check. So can you imagine? Like, brother, we still got, that's 180 bucks plus already, something like that, right? Once it all accumulates and
And it's already
accrues,
spent.
and it's only the 18th. We got the rest of the month still.
Yeah.
So now we got potential to definitely get up over $200, right? And guess what? That's consistency for my business. That's what I was after. I want consistency for my business. I don't really be buying anything other than what I need, which still costs a lot because of inflation. I don't waste money. I would love to have some to waste or to get me a present or something. I deserve that, and ain't nobody else gonna do it for me. You know what I mean? It's been like
Presents.
this for years, bro.
36-year-old man. Get me a present.
You know what I mean? You think I'm happy about it? Not at all, bro. That's what people
Don't
act
get me
like. Like, oh,
wrong.
I'm content.
Being
I'm
gifted
happy.
is great.
I'm happy because I'm always happy.
Expecting?
I ain't happy about circumstances the way things are at all. Never was. I don't agree with nothing y'all doing. None of y'all. I don't think none of y'all make any sense. That's why I avoid you. Why I don't talk to you. Why I don't want to talk to you. What do we got to talk about, bro? All you folks were against me. You tried everything you could to stop me. Every single one of you. There's not a single one of you that was on my side or was different.
Nope.
You understand? But like I said, shout out to the real people. You know what I mean? They know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And I figure it out more and more every day. I let people do their own thing and I listen and I let people show me who they are. And when people show you who they are, listen. That's something I learned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Let's get some more super chats. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm gonna get off of here for right now, but let's get some more super chats. Let's get some support. We got a
Really?
Cash App. We got a PayPal. We got a Venmo for you to donate.
I
You
need
got to
funds,
speed it
man.
up. You're getting off. I got to speed
That's
it
what I
up
need.
again.
I need funding. Excuse me. I need funding. That's what I need. That's what's going to help me to get this all off the ground and get it running the way I want. And y'all can help me do it. 100%. Everyone. You know what I mean? And that's what I pray for. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I want what God told me. He said, you're getting your life back. That's what I want. I want to be able to do what I want to do, bro. You know what I mean? I want to be able to actually like go out and have fun and not be by myself all the time. You know
All
what I mean?
right, I
This
got
is
it
new
at
for
a
me. I
buck
was
and a
never like
half.
this.
He finally
ever. I was
ended.
never stagnated. I went through a whole period of stagnation because
We have
God
5
wanted me to
minutes
learn
left.
from it. But guess what? It's over with. Let's move on. You understand? That's the thing. I'm trying to leave the hard, rough time period behind and move on to bigger, better things. I want out of it. And I don't ever want to go back to it again. You understand? That's what y'all don't get. I understand it's necessary for my growth. I understand all that, but it's lasting too long.
Sunday.
Let's go. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to stay in no weird time period that you know what I mean, is not who I am. I've always been a money getting dude. I've always been the most successful. I've always been the top dog, and I still am. But we got to get things going, baby. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Look at the difference of spectrum between me and all these other folks who we all know are evil or disingenuous and fake, which, you know, pretty much they're all evil, right? Look at the difference between the spectrums of what I got going on and what they got going on. And if you notice, when they talk, it's always fluff, and fake talk, it's actual delusion. When I talk, I'm talking only straight facts, and I have documented receipts to prove it all. I spit documented fact. That's what I based my entire career on, doing radio. So what do you mean? I ain't been proved wrong yet on nothing, and I can't be, because I spit documented fact that cannot be refuted. Boy.
Yeah, I don't.
So like I said, I can do whatever the hell I want. Boy, I make money doing radio. Are you serious? This is independent radio. You tell yourself what you want. I get paid. That's what folks don't get. So right there, for all them folks who be trying to say something or this and that or talk about a job,
We're almost
brother,
home,
if you
gang.
can't see what it is, that I'm literally getting to the point. And this is what I kept telling folks why I stuck with this, and I keep going. I had somebody tell me keep going today. I've had a couple of people tell me recently. I told y'all it's going to get to the point that I'm going to be making more money than all y'all who work 9 to 5s. I'm not talking about like just talking and saying it. I'm talking about really I'm about to get where I can get to that point where I can make more money than y'all make at your jobs. And it's crazy because I've been doing pretty well. I've been doing pretty decent, bro. Consistently. I'm consistent. I'm consistent in street ball. I'm consistent with setting my world records in my training. I'm consistent as Batman. It's about consistency. You want to know the 2 things you need if you want to succeed in this game period? And it ain't in this game. It's in any way, shape, and form. You need consistency, number 1. And number 2, you need strategy. That's what Batman all about. God told me keep showing up no matter how impossible or hard it is. Just keep showing up. What do? I know y'all wondering, like, how does he even continue to keep getting back up? How does he keep going and going? And every day we look up, Batman's there, because that's what Batman is. That's what Batman has to do. See, it's not a choice, because I don't give myself a choice. It's like failure ain't an option. It's not a choice. That's why I succeed. I succeed because I refuse to fail. It is not an option to me. You omit the option, then you have to succeed. So I'm giving you game. I ought to be, you know, this game is just to be sold, not told. That's the difference between me and all of you, or you and I, right? That's the difference between us. Yep. I don't know how to fail. When I fail, I learn. And I don't really be failing. I be succeeding. Same with street ball basketball. I played guys one-on-one a million times everywhere. I always end up winning. You know, I've come across some serious opponents too, some real people who can really ball. And if I don't win the first time, I'm going to win the next game because I'm going to learn. Everything is based off your opponent. Same thing in martial arts, same thing for everything. You go off of what they do. Like I said, now I'm conditioning my wrists and my hands. I just started that. It ain't easy, I'll tell you that, you know, but that's what I'm working on next. I'm a real martial artist, bro. I'm opening up my own martial arts school while y'all sleeping on me. I'm trying to open up my own dojo. All I need is the funding, the opportunity. God will bring it to me. That's what I want, and I want my own restaurant.
Well, Chad Kleckler gave you 20 bucks. I might be able to build it all down here. So hopefully he's proud of yourself.
You know what I mean? Like, himself. You know, that's the thing. Like,
for helping you fund your fucking dojo.
It's a great place to be. I just would like to vacation, and I want to travel and then come back.
Congratulations, Joey.
You know what I mean? Get it out of my system. You know, with the right people. You know, but yeah, I want my own dojo and I want my own restaurant with a food truck and full catering service. That way I can eat right all the time and do what I want, and it'll help my training, and I'll get everything right and roll, and I can, you know, train and teach and make money doing it all. A lot of money. Nowhere. You know, I could get that set up in Austin with God. God will help me do it.
And high.
With God, anything is possible, brother. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. All right. I'll talk to you in a minute, man. Like I said, you're in your feelings. Oh, $20 super chat for me. In your feelings. Feelings. Oh, feel in your feelings. In your feelings. Still in your feelings. Child. Oh, for real. Oh, I love it.
The greatest martial arts expert of all time. Of all time. It's building up, and I can't wait for Sunday. I really can't. It's the only reason I sit here all day today. I got some shit done today, but Joey is the greatest goddamn martial arts of all time. He refers to himself as the brother of Christ, Craig Christ, whoever it may be. And let me check one more time here with chat. Yeah, he moves faster than the sound barrier. Trying to segue this as I can. This is the new smash hit that'll be on Sheriff Songs to Perp 2 Volume 4. This is called Super Ninja.
Joey Sneed slips through the night, a whisper in the dark. He claims he's more than a ninja. He's a super ninja spark. Son of God, he says, with a halo hidden in his shade. But every shadow trembles when his footsteps are made. Super ninja, super scared. You can't see him, you can't hear. He's the hero that's unseen, disappearing when you're near. Joey Sneed, the ghostly blade, afraid of every sound. A silent guardian who hides, yet dreams of being found. He practices his stealth in the corner of a closet. Every creak makes him jump, every traffic ghost. He's got the power to vanish, to bend the wind's own will. But a sudden cough or a cat's meow makes his courage spell. If he were a weapon, he'd be the master of retreat. A super ninja who's terrified, still he can't be beat. He writes his name in moonlight, then wipes it with a sigh. A hidden hero trembling under a sky of white. So here's to Joey Sneed, the braving heart who's shy. A super ninja who's scared of the very world he'll never spy. He may never be seen, but his legend's loud enough. A quiet echo in the night that says, I'm still enough.
That was Super Ninja. The one I was working on right before this fucking stream started 2 hours and 8 minutes ago. It's called Walmart Bras. Walmart Bras, just like it sounds. Walmart Bras. I don't know why I have that written down, but it must have came out in conversation with Joey or whatever it may be. But yeah, it was coming together nicely. I just didn't have time to put it together, but that'll probably be the next one. A little fucking change. Sometimes you got to take a break off Joey and take a left turn and do a song about Walmart bras. This will be fun. Anyway, I'm done. I'm gassed out. I got to take my dog for a walk before I go to bed. Anyway, spend another 2 hours and 9 minutes here. Now we're going to go and get. Appreciate you.
I've drank a lot of fucking beer in my lifetime, that's for sure. Many times to an excess that I'm not too proud of the fucked up shitty situations that I've managed to fist fuck my way into. I've learned a lot along the way though. I'll share that knowledge with you if it can prevent a fucking drunken grease fire. If it doesn't, you are the fucking grease fire.